of this crap I can freaking remember from the 2 weeks we've had off. So, our band of adventurers are in the city of Platinumhold shortly after defeating a... Yeah, my brain has completely blanked out on me, sorry. I'll start again.
So, that's okay.
It's been 2 weeks and it's been a long week for me. Our bandit... Well, I was right on the first one that you've been in Platinumhold. You are all tasked with going into one of the mine shafts that had recently exploded. And upon going down there, you had discovered an ancient facility over 10,000 years old. Through the several days that you spent down there, you were able to rescue survivors from a previous advance party, uncover an ancient civilization of simic hybrids, and confront the apparent mastermind in the war room, where, through some rather bad luck, they supposedly were able to escape. After which, you had conversed with the King of Platinumhold and had brought back one of your friends, Gratian, who during the battle in the war room had fell. It was then that you decided to take some time off. Decided to spend 2 weeks just relaxing from your previous encounters. Due to time restraints, we weren't able to get all the way through to the very end, but Nemesis was able to speak with Quan and somewhat settle their differences. Delson was able to find his own animal companion. A summoned... Was it a deer or a stag?
It was a stag.
Stag.
Yeah.
Which summonedly shortened his name down to Dio, to the party's enjoyment. Gratian was able to pull off a couple of scams. Trofnar and Raya spent most of the time drinking and getting into fights. Fortune was able to find a book about survival and was making her way reading through it all. And then Valeth and Fortune both got themselves arrested nearer to the end for trying to break into the Church of the World Builder.
Yes.
So, we are on the last day, because unfortunately we didn't have time for that last day. So, for the record, Fortune and Valeth, you two on this day are in prison. You were arrested shortly after your escape, as it was not very difficult to spot a flying Goliath with a purple tiefling in his arms. You were shackled, you were taken...
I'll show you the world.
You were taken to one of the presidences in the city, and were told that you would be kept there until someone came to, one, basically bring you back, and two, give them a good reason to let you go after that. Which I believe, at the time, Nemesis, you said you were going to be doing that, like, going to talk on their release. Is that right on that one? Or, yeah. Okay, so we'll say for the sake of brevity that you did go there.
To bail us out.
Well, no, they already fined you, the two of you.
That's where my money went. Okay.
That's where 100 gold went from both of you. You both got fined 100 gold because trying to break into a place as holy as the Temple of the World Builder is a serious offense.
Trespassing.
Attempted breaking and entering was one of them.
Yep.
But due to your favor with the High King, rather than keep you locked up for about a week or two, they keep you locked up for the entirety of that day. Also with the help of Nemesis, explaining the situation to the guards.
and Fortune making it worse. Probably.
You can only imagine. So...
Yep.
Valeth is just standing in the middle with his hands in his sleeves, and there's again, I love the angel devil thing in the party, where whenever Fortune and Nemesis are interacting or with people, it's like, oh. what is going on.
So, yeah, so for the record, for this last day, unfortunately, Fortune and Valve, you guys can't really do a whole lot because you are both in separate cells at the moment.
Yeah, I think I got everything I wanted to do out of the way. Just so
Yeah,
that if this happened, then I didn't have.
It was a last-second thing that you guys decided to do. This was like second to last day that you went on your little attempt at crime. So, for this final day, what is everyone else doing? In the just do the last-second catch-up stuff.
Well, me and the boys, like the Strasnar, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out flirting.
I've got to celebrate my victory and getting my voice back from a sea witch. You know, I got human legs, but you know.
Troth, you were just in an alcoholic coma.
Huh? No, wait. No, I swear to God, like, I think that I couldn't speak, and then there was a sea witch, and then I had to dance and then I had to dance the underoot jig all around town, and then she
drank your...
Irma kind of speaks up at this and says, you were actually pretty drunk, Trophy. Like, the entire time you've been... I appreciate it, but, maybe lay off next time.
See?
Okay, I don't know. I'm getting old for these wild party days, I got to say. It's been a while since I saw that bitch.
Exactly. That's why we need to find you someone that you can settle down with in the potential near future.
Please, is you thinking? Well, look at me. Look at me. Look at this horrible unkept beer. The smell of alcohol and piss. And you the fucking want me, eh? I mean, the twilight of my years. I'm no a fine catch, am I?
I mean, if we trim the beard a little bit,
you will not touch a fucking hair.
Maybe made you go through a bath, or at least groomed it a little.
Hey! I had one before we were down in the mount. Okay.
Yeah.
That's plenty enough.
Maybe.
Look.
It was like 3 weeks ago. He's fine.
Yeah. Look at these rocks. Our good looks and award-winning personality. Exactly what Gracian's saying.
Okay, so some of the lads going on for a night on the town then. Just so that we can get this really quickly, and because of what could potentially happen, I'll just say, those of you that want to do it, that go on this little lads night, go ahead and make a charisma check. Just a straight charisma check.
Yeah, boy. Not
persuasion or anything, it's just charisma.
You absolute fool. You have fallen for one of the classic blunders.
Alright. You not joining in on this one, Delson?
I am.
So,
yes.
In an amazing... It turns out that even though Delson is a person that enjoys, you know, singing and conversation, the culture of dwarves is very different to what he, and by extension Gratian, thought it was. Trofnar, however, is completely in his element. And by the end of the night, you happen to have two maidens coming with you, arm in arm, to your chosen place of bed, of which we will not go into detail about it because I already clarified these rules at the beginning of the campaign.
We fade to black. And we get
fade to black
from The Witcher.
Gratian and Delson don't get that much luxury. They, like...
Well,
there's a stuffed unicorn.
They essentially, Gratian and Delson get friend-zoned in their attempts.
And then we just start playing dragon chess.
Okay, so that's with them on the last day. What about anyone else if they're doing anything?
Scrabble in a different
actually, that'd be Raya and Belom. Belom's not... Floriana. Floriana's not here, so...
Elven Scrabble.
So, Nemesis, do you do anything during the last day? Or are you just sitting there just waiting for Fortune and Veleth to be released?
Well, what I wanted to do was wrestle Veleth
That could be for the day after.
I can't do that.
You can't do that yet, but you know, there's always when he comes out.
So I won't do anything for now. It's my day off.
Okay.
You're a day
Alright.
away from the children.
Right?
So, okay, so we come to the new day. The downtime bit is over. So, Fortune and Valith, you two are both released. You're given a stern talking to by the guards to not do any of that stupid flying crap in the city.
I'm sorry we got caught.
Just pushes you out of the the holding cells, and just you're reunited with Nemesis, who came down to collect the two of you.
Well, that wasn't too bad, was it, Fortune?
No, I actually got through a lot of my book. It was quite nice.
Yes, I spent most of my night meditating.
That sounds boring.
Well, it just stares. Oh, Nemesis, thank you for coming.
Someone had to. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I didn't come.
Well, I'm not sure I learned anything, but I'm looking forward to where we're going now. Where are the others? Still back at the... What was the name of the place we were staying at?
The gravel pit.
The gravel pit?
Yes. Aptly named because there is a pit of gravel in the middle.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So.
like this alternate canon going on in the chat. It's fun.
Yep. Okay. So.
Yeah,
While
I think we
you
just like head back to there, eh?
Yeah, so while you guys are making your way back, the rest of you, you come down after your night of success for at least one of you.
I'll have you know that somehow, okay, so he is nearly the equivalent of his mid-50s. He stinks. His clothes haven't been washed in probably years.
This is such an anime
he's
trope.
he's got a crazy, like, raggedy beard.
Yeah.
And he just had like a threesome and probably smoking hot walkers.
Turns out you're our Mr. Roshi.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, alcohol can do stuff to a person's mind, man.
It's because Troth is basically the dude.
yeah, like he's just like old and he's just kind of charismatic, but I don't
Yeah.
know, are you charismatic?
He's the dude.
He's got
I mean,
he got a one.
he has a +1 to his charisma, so
You're adventure. You're just like
Yeah.
slightly above average, but amongst adventurers, you're like.
Yeah.
normal. Right.
I've got
So,
some stories. Yeah.
so as you make your way down to the main area of the gravel pit, those of you that were spending the night in the gravel pits, so basically everyone but Nemesis, Valith, and Fortune, you see a familiar person sitting near one of the tables. It's Young. You see Young just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, yo.
And as you come in, he notices this. Hey, over here.
Hey there.
Yeah, like old man.
I've been a bit busy the last few days. Just came by to pass some news over. So,
Yeah, you two. I'll say for the sake of it, you two had arrived. I'd say you got out early. So I'd say you guys arrived roughly around the time. So go and continue, Nemesis.
News.
it's about your friend Neri. So I've got some good news and some bad news. So
Oh boy.
the good news is that they're gonna be releasing Neri in about an hour. Bad news is that she needs to leave Platinumhold tonight. Now, you don't need to worry, though. I've got that one sorted. Got word that some of the plane hunters been moving north since the grass fell, and one of them's agreed to take a detour and escort us back to Exiled. A good bunch of people, so they'll keep us safe.
Right. I understand then.
Okay.
So, I was
I
also
thought it
just
was-
wondering, where are you heading off to now, then?
Oh,
Or if if you want to stay here, that's fine. I just would like to know in case we need to give information about anything. We, times of war, we keep in contact with plane hunters on the field.
We don't really have any plans from now on, do we? It was kind of like getting here was one of our main goals, and now we're kind of looking for a job, I guess.
Well,
Might be heading down south.
yeah, potentially.
Well,
Maybe hit with the word for it. I don't know.
if you're planning to go down south, I would probably suggest you stop by Delcross. It's the nearest major city down here. A couple of the stronger plane hunters and the host is still based there. They're making sure anyone who needs to get out of there gets out of there.
Put that down. Okay.
Was that you said, Nemesis? That I didn't quite hear you
I
there.
see that. Yeah.
I just said someone wrote that down.
Okay,
Yep.
I was gonna say.
We may head there then.
Beyond that, you might been hearing some stuff from the criers, which is a bit interesting. Maybe you can find some stuff there.
Priors.
The criers, heary kind of people.
Yes. But what kind of stuff?
Well, for a while they've been talking about, the war, about anything going on. Mentioned about the mine shaft being taken over by the hammer keepers for some reason. But on the way here, they started talking about some other stuff. Didn't quite catch it. Kinda got bigger priorities at the moment.
I understand that.
Well, I gotta probably go pick up Neri. The Ultimeg should be here soon to bring us back to Exeter.
He just slowly gets off his chair, downs the last of his drink, and just places it on the table.
You all be careful, you hear?
We will try to be.
And if any of you have a message for anyone next, or I can provide that to them if you so desire. No?
I'm gonna look to.
I don't have anyone.
I don't.
Very most I'll take Tyr. I'll say that you said hi for Tyr.
Yeah.
Aye.
He picks up his core staff and then just walks out of the gravel pit.
Yep.
Okay, so what do you all do now?
So, while we're here, can I get someone to buy me like to buy a diamond or two? Costs about 300 gold.
Do you need us to buy you a diamond?
Because
Well,
of
well,
something like what happens to Gratian goes down again, I want to be prepared.
It's not my question. I mean,
And
don't
also-
you have a ton of money?
Okay, I'm down to my last 300. Training for some stuff and getting some other things costed a bit.
audience, better you lot burn through money quickly.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, we
I
do.
think I've managed my money well.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of gave away all my money, so
Yes, that's true.
Right, I'll buy you a diamond.
And I'll buy you a second one.
Okay, I shall label one of them with
Just wears
your
that
name,
in
Fortune.
Trothanos hides his face and goes, "I'll buy you a drink too, Trofna." Oh, thank you, Nemesis. Very kind of you. Thank you.
Excuse me? That is not what I sound like.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Besides,
uncanny.
guys, this is for practical purposes.
I thought it was quite close.
Thank you, big man.
Nothing like that.
You're welcome.
No, you sound exactly
no,
like
no.
that. Is that how you sound?
Yes,
Valid.
those
My
were two of the
voice
same
is
voice.
not near that high.
Well,
Oh, not you.
I'm going to make sure I have ink so I can label one of the diamonds as Fortune's diamond.
Can you write on a diamond?
specifically investing in case I die.
So
Yep.
long,
Tie
so
string-
long
tie
as you
string around
don't, so long as you don't actually like chip into it, because that will obviously lower the value of the diamond. Technically, you could,
Yay.
but for
Just imagine like a sticky note or something.
Does he have a Sharpie or what? What are you writing on it with?
just
I'm, like,
wraps it
writing
in
using
some
a
parchment
paintbrush.
and just wraps it in some parchment like a present and just writes Fortune's name on it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
so we'll say for the sake of it, you guys head out to the Gold Leaf, and it's a little bit difficult, but you are able to find someone selling some diamonds. The last two, luckily.
Yeah.
So you are able to buy them. During this time, as Young had mentioned, the criers were mostly just talking about how the war is going and about the situation in the mine shaft. But at this point, you start hearing them say a few other ones. Our generation Warforged spotted on the pathways outside a Platinumhold. Beware of the suspicious constructs. Do not approach them. Jurhanian noble child missing. Those returning to the kingdom of Jurhan with children, keep them close in case of similar kidnapping.
Oh my God.
Lizard folk spotted near Platinumhold's Pass. Apparently, they approach with news from the hordes. And that's what they keep repeating over and over and over.
I just put my hood on over my head.
Okay, so during that time, so after you've bought the diamonds,
God.
everything, what is it that you are going to do?
I am going to casually go over to Nemesis and I will whisper, "Perhaps you should invest in something
What was that?
that will look a little different."
What was that?
Perhaps you should invest in like some makeup and try to make yourself look a little different.
Keep in mind, they said child, not noble.
Uh,
I mean, not just noble, it said noble child.
Means nothing.
Means
Yeah.
nothing to Nemesis. Okay, gotcha.
Delson is right. I should probably make myself a little different, considering my
Yeah.
my hair.
And the fact that you're over 6
I
foot.
occasionally have good advice.
The fact that I'm over 6 foot, the fact that I have weird pupilless eyes, the fact that I have iridescent hair.
Yeah.
Are you in your armor?
Yeah, she's in her armor.
Okay, so you're the 6 foot warrior maiden, shiny in chrome, basically.
So yeah, should probably fix that or something. Did I hear?
You should go to the.
What'd you say
need to
there?
go
You
to-
cut out for a second there, Peach.
There's like a potion that I can get to like change my hair color or something.
You can certainly have a look around. You
I
do
like that
know
idea.
of a few. You do know of a few potion stores.
Okay, then yeah.
I mean, you don't know. You don't really need a potion, love. Just get just a change of clothes and cover yourself in mud like I do.
Some hair dye.
Absolutely not. I'll go see if
Is there a nearby muddy puddle?
I should like change my hair color or something.
Not so much a muddy puddle, but some of the ground is a bit on the muddy side. But you don't think it's because of
Fuck,
rainwater or
even.
anything. So there's
Oh,
there's two apothecary shops that you know of. The Giant's
Carrie?
The Giant's Concoction and the Worker's Ailments are the two that you know.
Apocrypha carriers.
Oh,
I've never heard such a disapproving pause. That was great.
I will fight you.
okay, so I'll go ahead and go to the nearest one.
So, if you're in the Golden Leaf, it would be the Giant's Concoction then. Because
Okay.
Worker's Ailment is in the Landwalker's Hold.
Oh god, fortune's multiplying on the map.
Heard about Nem's haircut.
Okay. So, you make your way through to the Giant's Concoction. I don't actually think you've been in there yet.
Oh
as
my
in
god.
Nemesis hasn't. So, as you open the door, you can see sitting kind of like hunched over in this. It's a large room, but considering what you're looking at, it'd be small in comparison for them. You can see a large stone giant just gently pouring a liquid into a vial. And as she just finished, she looks up and it's like,
Oh, hello. Just give me a second.
takes and you watch as she like lifts up to some so like what appears to be almost like a shower rack kind of deal and just pushes up on it and it comes out with a cork on it. She places it gently.
Yes, how can I help you?
Do you have any potions that would change hair color?
Normally, hair dye's used for that.
So, where would you get hair dye?
Well, we do have some dyes here. Normally, one of the weavers, the ones that make clothes, may have some dyes which can be used for your hair. But I happen to have a few, normally used as an ingredient, but they're easy enough to get. Do you wish to Do you want to buy one from me, or do you wish to go to a establishment that specializes in that?
Honestly, I'll take what I can get.
Very well. Well, I have.
And she reaches underneath and pulls out. Comparatively, these are like large, like nearly like shampoo-sized bottles of you can see of just a deep liquid of each of them, and she places 5 of them down. You can see one is yellow, one is red, one is black, one is blue, and one is green.
So, any one of these. It'll just be 6 copper for whichever one you want.
Black-haired Nemesis. Black-haired Nemesis.
Grow a beard. Grow a beard.
Well,
She
think
gets
it's
a man.
possible for Nem to grow a beard.
Nemesis with a belt of giant strength,
Like,
This is
or
my
a
sister.
belt of dwarven kind, I should say.
Yeah, like this is my brother. Go. God.
No. Oh my god. You know, a weird color, but I'm afraid that it would make me stand out too much, so I'll take the black.
Just reaches forward, gently picks it up, and she's holding it between her thumb and finger because of her size. Just gently places it on your hand and takes the 5 copper away before she gets the other balls and places them under.
Thank you.
Michael, my fucking copper isn't even. Great.
Just a word of warning. Being hair dye, it will eventually wash out.
Alright, are there steps that I should do to avoid it coming out early?
If you let it dry the first time, it'll last you a couple of washes.
This is gonna be an expensive habit. Alright. Then.
Keep in mind that it does take a bit for it to wash out, but for it to completely go, you're looking at you'll probably look like you have a grey hair for a bit before it properly goes.
Right, I can definitely deal with that. Thank you.
Just nods and goes back to her work.
I'm gonna need to cut my hair too. Fuck.
What?
Really
Short-haired,
bad.
short black-haired, like goth Nemesis.
Nem. Oh god, okay, I'm gonna go back. That makes me so sad. I love Nem's long hair.
Yeah, it's like really long, isn't it? It's like in the middle of her back or
down to
something.
her butt.
We're about to
Oh,
see
damn.
that one
Even
scene in
longer.
Mulan where she just cuts her hair with a sword.
Pretty much.
totally shave one half of your head. Oh.
I was thinking of doing the mohawk thing. That's what I was imagining.
Fortune.
Yes.
Need assistance.
Okay. What do you need help with?
Well, I need you to help me dye my hair and also cut it.
Alright, do you want me to use the sword or the dagger?
Tiger.
Actually, no, that's probably not gonna work. You have a lot of hair, and that's a lot of hair. Tie it up, let's go.
like quietly crying.
Okay, how short are you having the haircut?
My shoulders. I don't want it like as short as Fortune
Okay.
pixie cut, but like
So like shoulder length, basically.
shoulder length.
Okay, I mean that's easy enough. Just you tie it up to where you want it to be cut, and just I'd say as a joke, make an attack roll to see how easily she cuts through it. But no,
I feel
it's
like a just
I mean,
a general
it's
dexterity.
no,
check
it's
would make sense.
it's hair. It's not like there's any real resistance here. So she just it takes a couple of times because a lot of hair together actually gets pretty tough. But eventually you're able to cut through it, and as you turn around, you can see Nemesis holding on to the hair that she's just cut off.
Anyone want a hair of the angel?
Which you actually notice as well that when the hair is cut off, it actually just goes into this sort of lifeless grey colour.
Oh wow.
Oh my
Fucking magic
god.
hair.
Well, so like in Tangled.
Kind of, yeah.
Nice.
Rapunzel can no longer let down her hair.
Like
But she's
the
a
head,
really
like
cute
the rest
brunette,
of the hair that's actually on her head is still normal, but the bit that's cut off, it's just this greyish,
Lifeless?
lifeless
God.
grey colour.
Fun.
Okay, now, any expensive clothing you have that you do not want ruined, please take it off. Take it off and put it away.
Everything is just
Fortune
ripped.
stumbles through saying that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Could you just please
Yeah.
take your clothes off? I swear. I just need it
Yeah.
because I'm dyeing your hair.
Everything that she owns is like
Yeah.
more than
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of you. So
I wouldn't want your underwear or anything getting ruined with all the hair dye. So
much, yes. She's just naked. Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
God, that's a fine say. Fuck.
thankfully as well, with the whole dyeing the hair, it is basically just... It's not like it is, in modern times, where there's a bunch of steps. It is literally just they dunk the hair in the substance with a few things
Yeah, they just
to make
like let
stick.
it soak.
Yeah.
And they're like, eh.
Yeah, so you spend about an hour just having your hair and scalp soak this in.
Ruining all of the towels.
Well, this is before she even, pulls her head out and such. But then, after about an hour and a half, you told that you can, move away, and what was once hair which changed colour is now still hair which changes colour, but it is kind of almost completely overwhelmed by the black.
I
So-
know it's
It looks like you have oily hair. Like
Yeah, that's
like you have the
There
rainbow
is
oil. Yeah.
There's this
That's
snake. For UV light, it'll make rainbow scales, but it's
Yeah.
all black.
Yeah.
Is
Nice.
that snake in the closet?
No.
Like-
Oh.
Like looking at Nemesis, it
It's
is
like a handsome dream child.
Mhm.
Like in love with them.
yeah,
Also, Pete, you're gonna have to make a new avatar.
No!
Not to give you extra work, but I think that's funny because you're totally gonna have to do that, being you.
like it is primarily black, but it's just at certain shades that it goes, it is kind of noticeable, but not to the point where it's like it stands out. It's just a case of where you'd look and it's be like, wait a second, that oh no man, that's nothing. It'd be enough to cause maybe a double take if someone's seeing what your hair is like and is used to it, but to an average bystander, they would just assume it's just changing the lighting around them.
Ooh. I'm so
It's
sad.
okay. Your hair is still beautiful.
Shut up.
Right, and eventually your hair is dried with the colour made semi-permanent beak hair dye. And with that, is there anything else that the rest of you would like to do during this day?
Man.
I'm just like downstairs in the gravel pit at one of the tables, sort of playing with Akasha, and she's a bat now, and she's like kind of just like walking around. She's not flying, but she's like, wah, wah, and I'm just kind of enjoying myself. Seemingly finding much more comfort in this fake creature than any of the people I've ever talked to.
Right, so I would say at this point, like doing all of this, it's about the afternoon, or the equivalent of afternoon, because you're underground, so it's difficult to say if you're, you know, in day or night at the moment. So is there anything else that you wish to do this day?
Is there any chance of me getting an audience with the king?
You can certainly try.
Can I get some rations and also contact Dio to see if he wants anything?
Alright, well, they do sell rations up at the Landwalkers Hold, and that is... You need to be within a mile to be able to speak with... I think it's within a mile to speak to him.
Yeah.
So you would probably be able to kill two birds with one stone by going to the Landwalkers Hold.
I shall do so.
Okay. So, first most, we'll go with Trofnar. So, you arrive at the entrance to the keep. And as you do, you can see 4 guards just standing there at the entrance. The bridge is currently raised, so there is just a moat of lava between you and the keep and these guards.
Hey, lads, I know it's a bit of a strong ask if it's like such short notice, but I got some business I need to bring with the king, and I'm not sure if... Look, I'm not sure if you were here a few months ago when Torthnar Glowhammer came here and stood trial, but that's me. I've got some more information I'd like to tell the king. That's okay.
A few months ago. It was like a few weeks.
But look, okay, I've been underground. I haven't looked at a clock for a while, mate. Okay, give me some time. Give me a fucking break.
You've also been drunk for 2 weeks.
That too. Fucking, I'm trying to have a fucking audience with the High King. Thank you.
What information you got for the High King?
It's to do with just tell him it's to do with his cousin and the company he kept. It's private business. I'm afraid I can't say more than that. Sorry.
Make a persuasion check. You got a high DC to go against on this one.
For fuck's sake. Oh, but the king's a buddy of mine. For fuck's sake.
Oh yeah,
Kinda,
you weren't
okay.
here when the king actually said that one thing to you. Because when the king pardoned you, he said that he can't forgive you for what you've done, but he's at the very least letting pardon you.
Wait here. I'll see if he's willing to talk.
So, eventually, bridge is brought down. The dwarf goes through. About 20 minutes pass before the doors open once more and the dwarf comes out.
The High King ain't willing to talk, but if you want to pass anything to it, Olaf has said that she's willing to hear you out. Take it or leave it.
Alright. Okay, sure. I'll have a chat with the big gal. Alright, I'll come with you.
Alright, he leads you back across the bridge, through the door, He doesn't lead you up this time. Instead, he takes you down to a room on the side, where at a large table that does actually fit her this time, you can see Ulov, not in her armor, in a very large sort of purplish tunic, currently writing on some parchment. And as she looks up and sees you, she beckons for the Hammerkeeper to leave. And just continues writing for a bit. They tell me that you have something to tell my king?
Aye, sadly last time I was here I was in somewhat of a state. I may have cried at the witness stand, but hey. And I briefly mentioned to him about his cousin Avarel. I didn't get time at that first meeting to say everything I knew and to pass on some information. But I guess if he's busy, I'm sure he can relay something.
With news of a lizard folk approaching Platinumhold with something involving the Horde, you can understand that he does not wish to be disturbed while he decides what to do about this. She pulls the parchment away and brings a new piece of parchment forward, dips the quill into the ink vial and just looks at you. So, what information is it that you wish to send to him?
It's about his cousin, Avarel. He was a member of the Wardens like I was. And, he fell on hard times like I did. He was racked by guilt and those innocent souls like I was, and same as me, he's incredibly repentant and regretful of those days, but I don't know if he took the coward's way out or he went for the brave option, but he's not here anymore, and I wanted to just let the king know that even though he's in the same boat as me, and he might not have been fully redeemed in his eyes, or hell, in the gods' eyes, he at least died a good man. And I've got a letter here that he wrote me before he passed on, and I don't know if there's a courier heading out, if he'd be a bit too busy for it, but I just would like the king to have it and to know that perhaps the stain on his family name might have at least been washed slightly, let's say.
Let me see this letter.
And I hand her the letter that the anvil wrote for me and left in his chest.
Okay, so she takes it, places it to the side. The High King knows of Ardvil's passing. It was he himself who laid eyes upon his corpse.
Aye.
It is someone that the king knows very well, for it was he who had the courage to speak out to him and tell him what the wardens were doing. He did not flee like you did. He instead stood his ground. But I know from seeing him in my patrols years ago that the guilt did indeed take a toll on him. Began drinking, could not find himself any employment due to his past. Regardless of what way he took out, the fact of the matter is he is now passed on. And while I'm sure the king mourns for it, I'm sure in a way he's glad of this stain being gone. I will ensure that that letter arrives to him.
Also, but I'm even even though he brought dishonor, a family member's a family member. So
I did say that the king does indeed mourn his passing.
okay.
But at the same time, he did, as you say, make a stain upon the family. And for that part of the stain to be gone, it is a small thankfulness in a sea of sorrow that he finds himself in.
Aye. I mean, you know what my surname is. You know what my clan name is. You don't have to. You don't have to talk to me about, the stains on reputation. To say that, but aye.
Even the most tarnished name can come back, should these stains be wiped clean from the name.
Well, I've, in my own way, trying to fight through my shame and my cowardice, I've tried to at least fulfill that idea. Aye. So. Also, I was wondering, well, the wardens, they aren't here anymore, and, well, essentially I've been gone for 100 years away from, I've been above ground for 100 years, so I just would like to know anything about where they may have gone, or where they may have ended up, or if they're still together somehow, or if any of the leaders were ever brought to justice, or anything like that. Because
Make a
I feel like-
persuasion check.
for God's sake.
You're trying to pry into, even though you're a warden, you are trying to pry into the affairs of, Platinumhold.
I know. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
You know about as much as we do. The only thing that I know more than you is that the leaders escaped. We did not chase them beyond the pass. That is all we know that you probably don't know.
Okay, fair enough. I have no reason to mistrust her. Okay, I suppose now that I guess the High King at least somewhat absolved me, Honestly, to tell the truth, Olaf, I did not actually see myself coming out of the mines in that facility, so I'm kind of stuck for a meaning to life, so I guess finding these bastards and bringing them to some kind of justice might spur me on.
What you do with the wardens as a quest of vengeance is entirely down to you. The only thing I can tell you is that no warden is free to live within these walls. As you have been absolved of your crime of being a warden, you are the exception to this case. Along with Arvil, but as you know from recent events.
Aye, I know. Anyway, I see you've got urgent matters of state and warfare to deal with, so I've taken up enough of your time. I should get going. Thanks, Olaf.
Do try to stay out of trouble. The last thing we want is to send you on another suicide mission.
Aye, you and me both. Again, if to be fair, if you find any more of them, I'd be more than happy to help.
I'll keep that in mind. Guard just claps their hands, and one of the same guard comes through the door and just beckons for you to follow.
Alright, I'll come in. Alright, hold your horses, son. And I follow him out, and I guess over the drawbridge.
Yep, over the drawbridge. He stands aside, and the drawbridge goes back up again. And you're now outside of the keep. So, Delson, you have made your way into the Landwalker's Hold. You have gone to some of the many general stores, and thankfully, they have several bits of rations. How many are you planning to get?
I'm going to get 5.
5 rations. So,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, one ration is, I believe, let me just find it on here because I've got it somewhere around. here. I don't have my player's handbook with me. This is the worst time of me to not have my player's handbook with me. I could always grab it.
You can just type in roll 20.
I don't think it actually says the price. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, it might not, eh? Yeah, you have to go to the equipment page.
Yay.
Okay, give me a second. I know it's 5 summits.
I think it was 5 silver.
I think it was 5 silver as well, but let's just play it safe. There we go, equipment. See, this is why you can't beat the actual pen and paper stuff. I think this is, yeah, that's a bit too far. That's trade goods. We don't need to worry about trade goods. Who cares about trade goods? God, trading with goods.
Economy.
Yeah, who needs that? Who needs that?
What nerds need an economy?
Yeah, it's just so stupid and non-existent. It's like Electrum. Yes, so 1 day of rations is 5 silver pieces.
Okay. Yeah, I will pay the 2 gold.
2 gold, 5 silver.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you're also speaking with Diodrin in regards to if he wants anything. Diorin, even.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Hey, man.
Hey, boss man, how's it going?
It's going good, man. I'm just getting some. Well, I'm here.
What'd you say? You cut out there.
I was just like, yeah, I'm getting some supplies up here. So, do you want anything while I'm up here?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm just keeping company with these 2 horse people you got.
Mm.
Got it. So this guy that Delson's talking to, are his eyes perhaps bloodshot?
Nope.
It's
Okay, because he sounds very chilled.
Chill stack, man.
Yep. Okay, then. The rest of the group's probably going to be coming up here soon, so we'll see you again then.
All right, boss man. All right.
You just keep on keeping on.
That's best I do, boss man.
Mhm.
Okay. So, is anyone doing anything else that day?
Can I go back to the old Warden Manor?
Sure. You do go back there, and there is, you can see a military presence. There are a few hammer keepers at the gates.
Oh, for God's sake! Okay. You know what? With can I just like? So I get near the old manor and I see all the guards around it and I just go, oh, fuck's sake! And I just walk off.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything during this day?
It wasn't much, but it gives us a bit of character.
Training my dragon.
So you're gonna try? What are you training the dragon to do? How are you training your dragon?
Near me.
Okay, so basically to get
Don't
used to
fly
you and
away.
stay near you. Okay, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Oh boy, where was that?
Actually, one of the easiest things to teach flying, like animals, like birds and stuff.
Okay,
Didn't mean to do that with advantage.
it's fine. 14 is fine. I mean, pseudo dragons are a lot smarter than most animals and insects and everything. So
We
you
have to
know,
call it an insect.
my brain went to insect for some reason. I don't know why.
Fortune, what is your intelligence?
That is a 13.
Okay.
I think a pseudo dragons is like 7. Let me just pull up the stat block for these guys.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was thinking
Intelligence of 10. A pseudo dragon has an intelligence
they're really
of 10.
Smart. Yeah. They're like normal people.
Could I also get a character sheet for my pseudo dragon?
Sure.
Thank you.
Have a character sheet for my pseudo dragon.
This is true.
I have one for Akasha.
Yeah, like this is.
Can anyone spell Persona?
Except for I think I need to change this.
He's
and make
asked
her an
for a
actual-
loan. We haven't even seen her yet.
There we go. I have assigned your character sheet for your pseudo dragon, whatever you call him. So you just kind of like. So do you keep him in the cage or you take him out of the cage?
I keep him with me.
Well, he's in a small cage. So do you like take him out of
Yes,
the cage
I take
or?
him out of the cage.
Okay, so take him out of the cage. So you spend the next, I would say, 2 or 3 hours trying to teach him to just stay nearby. The entire time, he basically has his eyes closed and looks almost like he's sleeping. But at the end of it, he just looks at, he like opens one of his eyes, looks at you, just breathes out, and you see some smoke come out of his nose, and you actually, not from your own force, but you actually see the image of just essentially what you're seeing, what he's seeing projected into your brain, like almost like in your mind you are seeing what he's seeing.
Where are you doing this, Fortune?
A few seconds
just, like, in
later,
the bar
the
downstairs?
image just vanishes.
This was taking place in the room.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I would see you trying to communicate with this creature.
I mean, pseudo-dragons are capable of limited telepathy.
But I do, and I can communicate, and they speak common, and they're intelligent enough to speak. So they just
understands,
can't speak out loud.
understands common
They
and
can think.
draconic, but can't speak.
Yeah, but I can speak telepathically. Like, they don't have vocal cords, but they can think, and that's what telepathy is. Unless you're ruling that that's not how
His
that works,
telepathy
which is like, meh.
it says limited telepathy. Like, it can magically communicate simple ideas, emotions, and images telepathically with any creature within 100 feet of it. So you can speak it telepathically, but it'd be utilizing its limited telepathy when it responds back.
Doesn't really matter because I'm not actually.
Yeah,
there.
you're not in the room.
I cannot interact with this.
Yep.
So continue. Sorry for interrupting.
So after the image kind of like fades from your mind, it just closes its eyes and seemingly goes back to sleep again.
I'm gonna kiss his snoot and put a blanket over him.
Jesus Christ.
He is gonna be the comfy baby.
You swear you see it smile a little bit, but you can't tell. You don't know how dragons smile or frown or anything.
That's
I
cute.
love him. I'm gonna make him a sweater.
Okay, so anything else that you wish to do during the day, or are you calling it for another day?
I think we should come together in the evening and sort of come up with a game plan about what the future holds for us. But this is Colton speaking, not Volith.
Yeah.
So somebody else approach this situation, because I don't know if maybe Volith would, but I don't know. He feels like he's on the outside of the group, so he's not like
Plans. Where we're going, we don't need plans.
No. Wouldn't it be Heather 4?
Keep in mind the pseudo dragons are male.
How many Heathers have we had?
Because the one that Neri ate I thought was
Number
Heather
3, I think.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
should be Heather 4.
I
If you're naming
think-
it Heather, but yeah.
I
Just go on
definitely
Heath.
killed a Heather.
Boy.
Coco and
Yeah,
How
you
many
said Heather
how many
number
party
3.
members have killed Heathers?
2?
No,
Just us?
technically, Trofnar killed Heather and Neri ate the corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
yeah,
it,
that's
yeah.
true. Okay, I just assumed Neri just saw that as food.
Yeah,
so okay.
Trofnar flicked his finger, and I think he got a natural 20, which
yeah, that's what
instantly
happened,
killed
yeah.
the rat.
then
Yeah,
Neri was
basically
like, "Ooh,"
flipped
and
it
then ran
right in
over
his
and ate
brain. Right in his
Heather
cerebral
had 1
cortex.
health. It was very sad.
Yep.
Basically, I'm just imagining like the tedious little flick and then it's exploding into gore.
because you know, unarmed damage is 1 plus your strength modifier. So
And I've got a strength of like 7. Yeah.
well, a modifier of like +4, I think. So
Yeah. I've got
Heather
plus
would
4
have
strength.
needed to have had at least 2 health. I think 3 health to have just been knocked unconscious. But she only got 1, so
Fucking Trothanar and his 24-inch pythons.
okay. So we'll say, for the sake of it, then that you reconvene in the evening.
I guess Nemesis also wanted to wrestle Valeth, but that's something
Yeah.
that she can do.
Can do that anytime.
Yeah. that too.
Ew. They're talking about sex.
No, we're just talking about wrestling, actually. I feel like that would confuse Valeth. Maybe. Valeth is kind of asexual. It's okay.
just so there isn't any cheating or grabbing of clothing, we're doing this naked, okay? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Nemesis is just slowly convincing Valeth. Just tricking him.
That's not the person she is.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel like the relationship between Valeth and Fortune is. Because I feel like most of the crime is... I don't know. Valeth just wants to help, and Fortune is like, ooh, I can use you.
All right.
He asked no question. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I'll 100% just go along with things. And it's not even feigning ignorance. It's like acting ignorant.
What are we doing today, Fortune? Trying to take over the world.
The Fortune and Valith. Yes, Fortune and Valith. One is a tieflings, the other is big.
Yep.
What did you go to songwriting, Tom?
I know I'm pretty good at like improvising parody lyrics, but nah, it's not for me. Anyway, so you reconvene
why
in
have
the
you brought us
evening.
down here, Nemesis?
So what's everyone doing? Yeah.
Or
Sure,
would it be Trothanar?
down
Because
here?
Trothanar actually has like a quest for himself now.
Yeah, bitches. I wasn't just drinking. I was doing character stuff. Get fuck yous.
Well, we need to
Yeah.
figure out where we're going next. Anyone have any ideas where they want to go?
Well, Young did
Well,
mention
I've never
Delcross.
left this valley, so I would like to leave it, perhaps.
Well, you know those warden bastards I used to work for.
I think you've mentioned them, yes?
Aye. They're still alive. When they left Platinumhold, they were never caught. They fled through the pass.
And these were...
I don't know what the fuck you people want to do, but I'm finding them and fucking bringing them to justice. Okay?
I wasn't with you then, but... What did they do? I'm not aware of them, really. Only that you were a part of their group.
How old are you, son?
That's a good question. Let me look that up again, because I don't remember.
How old am I?
Just in case
Well, I
you
just
guys
don't
need
remember.
the map to see anything, I've moved us over to the
Yeah.
map.
Yep.
I'm
Thank you.
37.
Cross
and
is
I've
actually
been-
real close.
I'm nearly 40, and for the last 20 years I've been isolated.
Aye, so you missed it then.
Missed what?
Right. They were kind of... Okay, so in a former life, I used to work for an organization called the Wardens of the World, and I sort of like quiet down because I'll be back in
Oh
the
yeah,
middle
you
of
don't want anybody else to hear that.
it. Yeah, I used to work for a place called the Wardens of the Wildfire. I'm not sure if you've heard
Of
of
the
them.
world fire?
Aye, the Wildfire.
Interesting.
Fuck. Have you never heard of the one? Dude.
Have I, Tick? I'll make a check, but I just
Make
I'm,
a history check.
No, religion,
Alright.
surely.
Religion or history, I'll say.
Okay, I'll make a religion check because it is something I'm actually not.
You have no idea.
But yeah. No, I've never heard of them. Sorry for my ignorance.
It's alright, it's alright.
Were they good people turned bad, or
Yeah, they used to be great until some fuckwits decided to hijack it and use it for their own ends and created a regime of fear and paranoia. And a lot of innocent people got hurt and killed, and I was wrapped up in all that. Just anyway, they're gone now. But I had a quick chat with Olav and the head of the Hammer Keepers, and she said that they were never caught. They fled through the leaders of the chapter here were fled through the pass, through one of the passes, and they were never found again. So that it was only a century ago. That's barely a blink in a dwarf's eye. They're fucking somewhere, and I don't know what any of you want to do, but all I want to do is make sure that they don't fucking hurt anyone ever again.
Volith is just sort of nodding, and I agree.
You don't have to come. You don't have
There's
to come.
few things that I care about, Trotnar. Those who commit injustice, malice, choose ignorance over liberty, no mercy.
Hashtag feel the burn. Jesus.
I'm just sort of focused on Trothnar's. He seems emotional about this, so yeah.
Yeah. You see like a face of like sort of like sorrow, but like determination, and like this is what I'm doing.
And then I'll just telepathically tell him it's all right. I will keep you safe.
And then I was like on the breath I go, I don't need anyone to keep me fucking safe, right?
We all need each other.
I mean, this is a nice goal to go after, but do you even have any leads about where they went?
Fucking no. I kind of have nothing, to be honest. I was planning to break back into the manor and see if I could find anything they might have left behind, any clues, but it's a fucking fortress in there with all the Hammer Keepers. I'm not sure.
There wasn't a ton of Hammer Keepers. You saw maybe 4 of them. 2 at the actual entrance, 2 at the gate.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think
we could distract them, and I'll smile and look at Fortune.
You guys, didn't you guys just get out of jail?
Yes, and that time we were caught.
In jail?
What? Yes. No?
It's a good idea to do things that won't potentially get you thrown back into jail.
Dude, you're lucky you're a friend of the king, friend. I've been on the wrong side of a few jail cells myself. I know they're not the most comfortable place in the world, lucky.
I've lived worse.
I suppose you have.
It was actually quite nice. The ground was cool.
Listen, we don't have any leads to build up on this. While we travel, we can look for leads. Perhaps if we find any more places with the symbol that mansion had on it, maybe it would be a place that has some information that we could check out.
Right. Okay. I mean, the actions were only really stuck to the dwarf holds. I mean, in my self-imposed exile, I didn't really hear anything about them before, although I sort of tried to keep away from, dwarf settlements. So I honestly don't. My intel is like is a century out of date. I can't really help. My own.
Of course.
So, I mean, I don't. Look, I know we have nothing, but for my own sanity, look, my clan has been dragged through the muck enough. I want at least one soul from this generation that will be able to fuel the fires, okay?
Of course.
Then perhaps we speak to the plane hunters and see what they have for work. And we will choose something in that direction and use that as a means of an excuse.
Aye, okay. Thanks, brothers. You don't have to. Trust me, I know we've been traveling for a while. I mean, I've only known you a couple of weeks, big man, but you don't have to. You don't have to throw your life away just for some drunk, pissy old dwarf, right?
Wouldn't be the first time I threw my life away.
With
And
you.
I'm still here.
What was that picture in here?
We already went on a suicide mission with you.
Yep.
Aye, so why do you want to go on the second one then?
Well, away from Jurahan, the better.
I mean, we basically swapped the suicide mission for a wild goose chase. But hey,
So I really, really want to get out of this.
okay.
Yes, being underground makes me uncomfortable.
So, well, alright
I
then.
keep hitting my head.
I just want to be in the sunlight longer.
Haven't you spent your whole life underground?
Yeah.
No, just in the valley, like, because the Landwalker's Hold is where I'm from, I believe, and so it's like up on the surface. And then he like left for 20 years to the mountains.
I'm just imagining Valith doing a really like doing a really monotone version of "Want to Be Where the People Are" from The Little Mermaid.
Here, let me look up the lyrics. I can do this.
You don't know that song?
Well, I probably do, but like not off the top of my head.
Come on, I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, moving around on those, what do they call them, feet? Come on, man.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who's everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you'd think, sure, she's got everything. Okay.
So
Right.
That was bad.
I like how this is the
This-
second time in this campaign we've had a character associated with the Little Mermaid.
So this.
I mean, to be fair, I've been thinking for like a week. It would just be hilarious if Trothner just randomly thought that the reason why to like excuse me not being here was that it basically says like my voice was stolen by a sea witch. You know?
I love that. It's a great excuse.
'Cause, yeah.
It's like we're nowhere near the sea. I don't know, man.
Nowhere to see, deep on the ground. Like all the water is like either like magically purified or like unable to be drunk. So everyone's just on like weak beer. Yeah.
Hold on. Mentioned Delcross.
Yeah, the young mentioned it.
Where would
Oh, is
we
that where?
be
What do you?
heading?
Okay.
We're searching for the fucking.
Where did you write that? Because I saw you write that somewhere, but
Our character Delcross is
So
illiterate.
Delcross is down.
yeah, it's just right there. I see it. I just don't know where you wrote
The
it.
western pass, and then you take a right.
Someone
Left.
wrote
Go to the
that.
mountains.
And where does Trostnar want to go?
I don't know. Okay.
Don't know. Well, the left
Dwarven.
mentioned,
He's just looking for
Places.
leads.
the left
Yes.
mentioned plane hunters, but there are no plane hunter like official places here.
Oh,
So
isn't there? Isn't that why Young
No,
was here?
No, Young
Okay,
came
if
to
there's
Young
not,
came to
then,
visit. Young came to visit.
Okay.
What's his name? Let me just find his name. He came to visit one of his
Then-
friends here, and he said he had business to attend to as well.
The Forge Master.
Then do we know if there's like a guild house for the plane hunters in Delcross? Because that'd probably be like the closest place.
Young mentioned that there were plane hunters there, so you'd assume.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then I think that that's probably the best.
Also, we get closer to Lesdor.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
One day we'll make it.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone there is just fortune. Just like, hey. Anyway,
Okay, so Trostnar wants
Yes.
to look for leads on his. What are they called?
the
Warden?
wardens.
The Wardens of the Wildfire. We've been through this.
Well, it's something with fire and wardens, but I couldn't remember the specific name.
Yeah,
I'm
I do
bad
like
at
the
names.
full name though. Wardens of the Worldfire. That's such a badass
Yeah.
name.
It's a cool name. I came up with it myself, isn't it?
Okay, guys, focus. Focus.
Exactly.
It's to do with the dwarf creation myth, okay?
Yeah,
Right
exactly.
now, I'll cut you.
So basically, that millions of years ago, the great creator Morian.
That's just some dwarven propaganda.
Basically, yeah.
Most dwarf creation myths are dwarven propaganda.
Guys, please.
Then suggest. Then where would you? Would you like to go anywhere? Gratian or Delson? Any plans?
Well, Delcross was mentioned, so that's probably our best bet. And you guys are kept talking over her.
Oh, look at that silence now. It's so amazing.
Well, yeah. Like if we're talking over somebody, then speak when we don't speak.
Oh my
I'm sorry if I
God.
don't know.
Okay,
Which way did
so Trostnar wants to look for leads on the wardens. Once we do whatever he wants to do, whether it's, break into and we should go out and we should just go down to do the plane hunter stuff. Follow along wherever that takes us, because I'm at least going to assume wherever the wardens went is that direction. Who knows? They could be in fucking Underrook. I think that's a dwarven place.
Yeah,
Yep.
Underrook is a dwarven
Yeah,
place.
it's a dwarven place, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Stone Anvil also sounds very dwarven.
Gold chisel
And
too.
I will let you.
both-
Okay, and also, I think Mithrilhammer is a dwarven capital.
Yes, the Grand Capital.
Oh, damn! So we're actually really quite far away from like where dwarves come from.
Yep.
Yeah, like Platinumhold's kind of like an outpost on the fringes.
Well, Platinumhold is the furthest of the major dwarf sea. Stone Anvil is considered a
Sure,
small.
wants it.
Yep.
Yeah, Stone Anvil is
Yeah, they're closer to Jurha.
And, yeah, so this was the front line for the War of Landwalker Aggression, as we call it.
Oh my God. Let's just your warden thing, please.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to break into Crown property. He's with me.
Volith raises his hand.
All right, big man, you're a big enough distraction. Anyone else?
Not made for this. I can't go on stealth missions.
But your hair is dark as the night. You're perfect.
I'm not. I'm trying to make sure I don't have a criminal record. Thank you.
Someone's got to bail you guys out again.
Yep.
I like staying home.
Only if we fail.
I've been rolling well this session. Okay.
Great. Are you going with them?
Creation?
I've already said. I stay with Delson.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
I didn't quite hear.
Okay, so
Alright.
Bless, Fortune, and Trostnar are going.
Okay.
To break into the Warden's old
The Warden's Old
base
Manor.
to see if we can get like actual more details. Because did we actually go into the vault in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where
I
you,
thought we
fought
did.
the, where you fought the spirit and
We
the weird
went
hound
there.
thing.
I had a genuine panic attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. Okay, yeah, so we'll go in there and
Like genuinely, when that happened, I was genuinely a blubbering bitch in real life when that happened.
Okay. So, the three of you make your way to the Warden's Manor. uneventful journey. And eventually you arrive where you can again see some hammer keepers standing guard. 2 at the gate that leads towards the warden's area, and 2 at the main entrance.
Okay.
Right, what's the plan then, people? You know,
I imagine you two can go in, and I will stay out here.
can I... Well, if you... For a gigantic muscle-bound thing that you are, you're the right pansy.
Excuse me, Trotnar. I'm putting myself in danger out here. You two will be hidden.
Okay, fine, whatever. Whatever helps you sleep at night, mate.
And so it's just like there's 2 you said at the front, and then on the... Just doing like a patrol, there's 2 guys?
They're just standing at the gate, just keeping an eye out. Like, they can see you two, so they're just both there. Like, they haven't drawn their weapons, but they're just keeping an eye on the 3 of you.
Okay.
And you can see that there's further 2 at the far door. Again, weapons aren't drawn, and you can obviously, because of the distance, you can't hear them, but they are talking to each other.
I think I'll just... I say to the 2 that are Fortune and Trotnar, like, I'll find somewhere to be unseen and create a distraction that can persist. We'll see.
Aye.
You two make your way
Good
in.
idea.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to go grab food.
Oh,
Right,
that's all
excellent.
right.
Nice. Cheers, big man.
Yeah, we're just outside of the warden, so I'll try to find somewhere to hide.
Okay. There's not so much in the way of alcoves, but the tunnel that leads to the gate does curve slightly, so you can take a couple of steps back, but you won't be able to see very well.
Will I be within 60 feet of the entrance, or like an area in front of them? I basically just want to be able to cast Silent Image.
You'll be
my hidden spot.
Like, you'll be able to break line of sight with them and still have enough sight to see an area which they can see.
Sure. Then out from them after I go and hide and tell them to get in position to break in, I'll make an illusion of a silent image, one of the Warforged constructs that we've seen, like climbing out of the earth, like 40 feet in front of them. And then I can make like a 15-foot cube thing, and so they'll just like a couple of them, 2 of them maybe, just climbing out of the earth and existing. We'll see how long it takes for that to cause cause some sort of chaos.
So, you use the spell to create the creature, and
put her in there again.
You watch as silently 2 Warforged burst out from the ground and slam their hands down and gradually pull themselves out. You hear the dwarf say, "What the fuck?" They're going to make a check against your spell DC.
Yeah, to see if they actually
see it.
16.
A 16. Good to know.
Yeah, it's not a super high roll, but
one of them rolled a 2.
Nice.
The other one rolled a 17.
Okay.
For God's sake.
So now it's perfect. That's perfect distraction material. They'll argue now.
So you see, like, one of them just back away. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, gun. Use your fucking ears, you moron. Just as a pause. I can't hear nothing. Stay here. And you begin to hear footsteps moving in your direction.
Do you want me to make like a stealth check? Because I'm trying to hide.
Go ahead and make I'll say go ahead and make a stealth check. And I guess if Trofnar and Fortune are both there, they'd also need to make one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good roll. That's not the terrible.
Trofnar, are you wearing your armor? Are you wearing your armor, or are you just going with common clothes? Okay, with disadvantage it is. That's why I asked.
I just realised I didn't say, I forgot about Why do I always forget about my fucking armor?
Well,
You just gotta be like me in Fortune and not wear armor, or like at least me.
But I thought it's a dwarfy thing of like the armor has no weight on me or something.
no, it means that you're not in because heavy armor can, I think,
Yeah.
lower your movement,
Yeah,
and as a dwarf, you're not affected by that.
Oh, sausages. Okay.
you're tanky, but you're still loud.
Yeah. So go ahead with disadvantage.
Yes, queen. Stealth. Yeah, boy.
Does he get any benefit because I was just trying to distract them, even though I failed?
That would have made it. That would have worked if the guard that saw that it was an illusion wasn't the one that was checking. But like you just like quickly, the two of you just kind of like press against the wall. But as you do and try and pull Droftar in, you just hear the arm just cling against the wall. You hit a pause. Footsteps keep going by. He's gonna make a perception check to try and spot you as you. There is a small like. It's not like a deep alcove, but it's one where you can like press yourself in. So let's see. Okay. So the dwarf. You see the dwarf walk by. He's looking to his left, and as his head goes to the right. He ends up walking past, his helmet blocking his peripheral vision.
Oh, yes.
So the dwarf goes to where the entrance is, just stops. What are you guys doing?
Since he's like, what are you guys doing? Actually, I'll wait till the end.
So it's only one of them, isn't it?
Only one of the two, yes.
Right, Master Thief, what we doing?
Well, we could run.
We
We
could.
could just kill him.
I'd prefer if you knocked him out, but okay.
Alright, we'll attack for non-lethal damage then.
Oh, for fuck's sake, okay.
So you're going to make an attack on him?
She is, not me.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage because he has not noticed you.
Fortune.
Sneak attack as well, right?
This is like perfect.
It
rogue.
will be if she hits, yes.
Yeah.
Attacks with advantage give sneak attack.
Ooh.
Misses.
Oh.
So you just walk up with your brand new rapier.
No.
You swing pommel first, and you smash onto the small of his back. Not the small of his back, like right where the shoulder blades and the neck meet, and you just hear a large just ding. So pause, and he's gonna make an attack onto you with his warhammer.
Oh boy.
That is a natural 16.
Yes, that is a hit. Can I uncanny dodge this, please?
Yes. So, let me just remind myself what roll it is. Okay, that's what it is. So, you take... That's a D10. That's a D... That's not a D10, that's a D8. That's a D12. There's a D10. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced down to 4 because of your uncanny dodge.
Hooray.
Okay. And this dwarf is now hostile, but you hear him shout, Attackers! Attackers at the manor!
How close are those two?
They are about 10 feet away from you. At this point,
But how close are they from each other?
they're right next to each other. As in
I
like
will-
Fortune and the dwarf.
No, the two dwarves.
The second dwarf is back at the gate. But at this point, you can
Okay.
hear like
Yeah, so this is a
footsteps
bit-
as he runs forward, as he begins to run forward.
I will just from my hiding spot wait till they can get. Wait till they're within 30 feet of each other, and then I'll cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. If that's
attempting to.
it will
yeah.
take a turn for this dwarf to get to that point. So,
Sure.
Fortune, Trofnar, what are you guys doing?
Can I... Up behind the one who went like, oi, some dickheads are attacking the manor.
Well,
Can
you're with where Valif is at this point. So
Oh, really?
yeah, unless you went after
Okay.
him. So when the dwarf turned around, he now sees all three of you.
Can I just try to give him like a knockout punch?
So you're going to try a non-lethal attack with your fist, or are you going to try and do non-lethal with your weapon?
No. Non-lethal attack with like the butt of my great axe.
Okay, so you run up to him. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yay!
Just a normal one.
Can I try and give him advantage by using thaumaturgy as a distraction 30 feet away?
So what you can do is there is something called the help action.
Yeah, you can just help. That's
Yeah, the help
nice.
action is basically you use your action on your turn, but you do give advantage to somebody.
I would like to do that then, please.
Okay, so you use your turn as a help action for Trofnar to have advantage. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yay! Thank you. You're my best friend. Great axe.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh god, I'm scared now.
Well, it's non-lethal, so unless you do more damage than his health times 2, you'll be fine. 16! Yeah, that'll do it. That'll just... You just walk up to him, you essentially pancake his face. You hear a crack as you're pretty sure you just broke his nose. And you just watch as he just crumples like a sack of bricks.
You guys are fucking idiots.
And at this point, Valif, the other dwarf, does run around the side, so you can see him.
Then yeah, I'll try to catch both of them with hypnotic pattern then.
Well, one of them's already knocked out unconscious, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, sorry, I just had to go pee, so I just came back and okay.
Yeah,
well, one of them's unconscious then.
knocked out one of them.
Do I still have to cast that spell?
If you are holding an action, then yes.
Oh, okay, then I 100% do that. Yeah, so
Okay.
they need to make the save.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a 14.
Nice. So he does not succeed.
Okay, so you
he
just
stares into
you
the
just
sky.
watch the charges. He pulls out another warhammer and then he just kind of like stops. You see his eyes close over and he just starts looking up slightly. What are you guys doing?
And then I if I'm within close to them, I'll telepathically tell them to now. You should run now. Should get in now.
Yeah, and I sit behind him, give him a thumbs up, and leg it into the building.
Okay.
Do you guys just leave the body there?
Oh no!
The unconscious guy?
I'll pick up the body.
Okay, you move at half speed carrying the body.
Ooh, it's like 2 squares.
That is. I have 25 movement. You bastard.
I mean, technically using a dash action, you would still be able to move 25 feet.
Yeah. Okay. I pick him up and dash towards the manor.
Okay. Alright, so you carry him 25 feet. At this point, as well as you're running forward, you hear two more sets of footsteps coming from the manor side. Because there were 2 guards at the door, and you know that dwarf roaring that there were intruders. So I've alerted them.
Definitely.
I would like to cast darkness on the gate.
Okay, so you're casting darkness when you get to the gate. Gotcha. You're not actually there at the gate.
Am I within 60 feet of it?
You are, but you don't have sight of it.
Okay.
It curves. The tunnel curves slightly.
Alright, once I get closer then.
Okay. So, you just carrying the body all the way in, Trafnar?
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck him into bed for the night.
Okay. Alright, so you do start... Who's ball mashing?
I'm sorry, that was me. Hello.
So you, So, Val, if you just stay there and just make sure that the spell continues.
Yeah, I'm just gonna maintain concentration on that spell until they arrive, and if they knock him out of his stupor, then I'll maybe try something else. But until then, I'm just like, you can just see the top of Volith's head, and he's behind something, or like around a corner from this alcove, and he's like is holding his necklace, which is like a black onyx crystal, and he's just whispering under his breath.
So you charge.
He looks like straight up Snape from that episode. Or the fucking the movie. Harry Potter.
Jeez, bro.
Yes. All right. Okay. So, Fortune and Trofnar, you turn around to the point where you have sight of the gate. Trofnar lagging a bit behind, and you can see at this point one of the dwarves has just opened one of the gates. So, Fortune, you're casting darkness, are you?
Yes, once that gate is open, I'm casting that.
Okay, so you cast darkness. And so I would say for the sake of this, yeah, you would be right near the gate when it was cast. So, yeah, darkness has been cast. What are you doing?
Wait for Trosnar to catch up and then keep on running through.
Okay, so that is...
Can I see through the darkness at all?
No, it is magical darkness. Neither of you can see through it.
Huh. Even the caster?
They can't see us.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even the caster. There's, I
Okay.
think warlocks have a special ability where they can
Yeah,
see through
there's a
magical
thing called Devil
darkness.
Sight. That,
Yeah, Devil Sight. But Dark's vision does not, like, darkness don't give a shit about your dark vision.
Which I might swap out Mage Armor for, but we'll see.
Can you actually do that, or is it that you have to take it?
Yeah, it's like spells. When you get a new evocation, you can swap out an old one and then get your new one at the same time.
Ah, right, okay.
I believe.
Yeah, well, but
I'll look
to
it
check
up.
to check on the time, to check when the actual time comes. Okay.
Exactly.
So, alright, so you make a run through. One of the doors will get an attack of opportunity of you with disadvantage because he can't see. And that will be for Fortune
Okay.
because she's the one that's running through. Yes, yep. Well, that's good. So that's a 12 to hit. The first one was a 21, so 12 to hit. On Fortune.
That's a miss.
It's a miss, okay. But the other one, you just hear just
God.
blasting right next to your ear as he
Yes.
basically blasts a warning horn.
Can I attack that area with my short sword?
Go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage.
You're short.
I can't English, okay.
Misses. You swing out, but you don't find purchase on anything.
I would love if she accidentally stabbed me.
No, you're a bit too far behind.
Oh.
It's like, what the fuck, guys?
Later, it's okay.
Okay.
Who uses a sword, honestly?
Alright, so what are you guys doing? You guys run out
Fucking
through the darkness.
And then I'm just like, I just got like fucking. Yeah, I just like a bat of hell. I'm still running for the door.
Gonna do this. Okay, so you guys are running through. Still got the dwarven body, the unconscious dwarf over your shoulders, and you just keep on running through. Val, if you hear the horn go off as well.
Yep.
And after a few seconds, you begin to hear.
Does anybody notice me?
You kind of hear in the distance where Platinumhold actually is, a few responding horns.
Yep,
Okay.
Bolith is silent and still, and as he is normally. Serene,
Okay.
even in the face of disaster.
All
All
right,
of China knows you're here.
essentially.
Yes, all of China.
Now
Lots of moves on
all
that.
of Platinumhold knows you're here. Okay.
Yeah, there's like bit of pseudo dragon. There's like hair cutting. There's this horn thing. This is definitely the Mulan episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially. Okay, so Fortune and Trofnar, you guys barge your way into the manor. What are you guys doing?
No, I remember where the main where the office area
Yes.
was in the manor.
Yes.
So I sort of let down the guy I'm bringing in, the guy I knocked out, and I then sprint into that room and start feverishly looking for any documents.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Hell yeah! I'm a
Fortune,
good
what are you doing?
investigator.
I'd like to slam the door behind us and see if there's anything I can like push in front of the door.
Okay, investigation check for yourself then.
You could reverse lockpick it.
It's
I
true.
could reverse lockpick it. If my internet was not acting up for a minute.
Oh, I've got an idea.
Okay.
Could
Yes.
you reverse lockpick roll for me, please?
Okay.
Thanks.
20. You're able to just quickly flick the lock. You slam the door closed and just quickly pick it. You lock the door just as you hear the armored footsteps of the two dwarfs come in. The door shakes a bit as they try and open it, and you hear one of them say, "You bloody locked it! I'll smash it in then!" Okay. Investigation of 20. So you know from when you were here initially that this office area is quite ransacked. It is in a state of disrepair. I'd say with 20, you do find a scrap of parchment that catches your eye. It's damaged, it's messy, but you notice that it's part of a map of Jurhan.
Okay. The city, the city, or the province.
The kingdom.
The kingdom. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So, and having a quick look at it, you can't actually see. You do see there is like evidence that someone has written on it or drawn on it per se. But the thing is that the parchment is ripped after that part. But you do see part of it.
Yeah.
And it is roughly. So you're using the map as the example. So what you can see is, I'll use black for this. Is the parchment looks essentially. Is this actually working? Is this not?
Draw a vaguely map-shaped square.
Yeah, I'm trying to draw a square. There we go. Now it's actually showing up. So that is like the part that you can see that remains of the parchment, and then then you can see a bit that appears to be circled, which goes there, but it's cut up, mostly cut off by obviously the ruined parchment.
Okay.
All right. So.
Okay, and then I quickly stuff the parchment into my bag.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, Fortune, are you doing anything?
I would like to take my investigation roll to see if I can find anything to put in front of the door.
Okay. So have you made the investigation roll or no?
Make it.
Oh, now you're making it.
14.
You do find some of the large support beams that had fallen over, and it takes you a bit, but you're able to push it. At this time, the two dwarfs are going to try and bash down the door. So they're going to make a strength check.
Come on, door. Don't...
Do they just leave their buddy who's out there like.
An 8 and a natural 20. So the door is going to take 8 points of damage. So you watch as you shove it over. You hear an axe dig into it, but with some splinters. But you hear nothing. You hear one of the dwarves shit, fuck, move over. And you watch as the axe partially goes clear through. You see the blade stick out from the other side of the door. He wrenches it about a bit, and it partially breaks, and parts of the bits around it breaks, and he pulls it out. And you watch as he looks through, trying to spot you. But I would say at this point you're a bit too hidden.
Great, we're in the Shining now. This is gonna go wonderful.
All right, fella, are you doing anything?
Here's justice.
I just hear them smashing on the door, and
Yeah, give me a second. My
I
dogs are
will.
barking.
I'll summon Akasha and then tell
Give me
her
a second.
to
My dogs are going
distract them. That's basically all I can do. Jesus.
No, not the dogs again. Ah.
Yeah, so what are the chances we're going to prison?
I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm
By
fine.
the way, Fortune, or whatever your name is, Anna, I have an idea of how we can cover our escape.
I also have kind of a plan, but we'll see if we really needs to go that far, because my plan involves an explosion. So.
Oh yeah, so does mine.
God damn it,
my
John.
God, you
Get to
people.
the roof, hope that Valus can get to us and fly and get out of there because he is
I could attempt the same trick that we did before and just fly and catch you guys on the yes.
What
I
is with
originally.
you guys?
The whole point of the reason why we got wrapped up working for the High King was because I wanted to go back to the manor to blow it up. So the last thing Chopper does before he leaves Platinumhold is blowing up the manor. That would be quite great.
Oh man, I wish we could have a flashback here.
Oh god, are you?
Because I could have given you the thing that I have, my Celestine core.
Oh my god, guys.
Guys,
You're asleep right now. Don't even.
I mean, you won't be for a while. The boom will be quite loud.
Probably will. So I'm thinking of my 4th level spell for whenever we level up. Do you guys like Banishment, Blight, Dimension Door, Hallucinatory Terrain, or Summon Greater Demon? I could do Sickening Radiance.
Summon demons, thank you.
Dimension Door is cool, and I think would make the most sense for Valith, because he would just be like, and just disappear.
What was that?
Yeah.
it'll be great for
Yeah.
prime time.
One of my neighbours accidentally kicked the ball over.
Brooklyn.
Into me back garden. And I got the dogs all spooked. I'll sort my headset out in a second. There we go.
Scary neighbours with some shivers down the front.
Yeah, my dogs just go nuts when people knock on the door, as you could hear. Alright, so what is it that you were saying?
Dogs.
Yep. So what we saying, Velop, that you were going to do before I got interrupted?
I'll summon Akasha and tell her to try and distract them, or, basically she's a bat, so she'll just go over there and swoop at them and just act like a bat.
Okay, alright. So you have Akasha fly over.
Yeah.
I'd say, what's the fly speed of a bat?
It's 30 feet.
So yeah, so she won't make it in this turn, but next turn she will.
She can dash over there, but I don't know. She can't actually.
Yeah, 60 feet still wouldn't be enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Trofnar, what are you doing?
I need to. Okay, I'm running frantically back to where Nemesis is and going, I've got something, we need to go! No!
So you're getting through the door?
You mean Fortune?
You mean Fortune.
I mean Fortune, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Also,
so you run to where Fortune is. You can see that she has placed a support beam against the door. One of the doors is partially broken. And you can see the two dwarfs. You can see a dwarf getting ready to hit through the door again. Fortune, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just looking over things that I have really quick. Can I take one of my 2 flasks of oil, toss it out the door, light my tinder box, and try and set them on fire?
oh, for fuck's sake.
So I say that's going to be a 2-action. That's going to take 2 actions, because it's not like it's a wide open door. So it'll take you
Good
one.
enough.
So it'll take you 1 to dump it in. So you take 1 turn to dump it through, and then next turn you'll, do that. So, but while that happens, the 2 dwarves are going to make another attack against the door. Jeez, one of these dwarves is having a bad time. Natural 1.
Good time for us. Are these the middle dice?
Yes.
Haha!
I always use my metal dice for that stuff unless I can't find any other dice. Second one does hit because it is a door. So an 12 will hit. Because of the wooden door. And it nearly got knocked down in 1 hit before. You watch as the dwarf swings his axe again and basically lops off one of the doors almost in its entirety. It just splinters outwards. And as he just coughs a bit as the splinters go through, it's like, you! Just points directly at Trofnar and Fortune.
Hi!
Right, so, Velop, what are you doing?
I will use my action because
Yep.
I've already given Akasha the instructions. I will use
Well,
my
is
action.
this technically top of the round again? This is like if we're going by initiative stuff, so it's top of the round.
Sure, because she kind of does her own thing. I just give her instructions, and so she has her goal. But I will just use my action to see through her eyes, which actually is hearing through her, because she can see through sound because she's a bat.
Yeah, so now,
And
yeah.
so Yeah, she's got blind sense, and so I do that, and then I will, like, I can telepathically communicate with her. If I see the door has been broken through, maybe I'll just, like, yeah, no, right now I'll use my action to try and, like, distract them.
Okay.
Yes.
So using Akasha, you're able to get up to him, and you just start, like, flying in front of their faces. It's like, you're under...
Yeah, just like a bat, like, lands on their head and is like, just flapping around and, like, being an asshole. And then next turn, they'll get electrocuted. But right for now, they're not electrocuted.
That's if Akasha survives. Sure. Alright. So, top of the round again. Trofnar Fortune, what are you guys doing?
Fire.
Okay. So you light the tinderbox. You light your tinderbox and try to set the oil on fire. Yeah, I'll say that you'll probably do it because it's not that difficult to, set oil on fire. So they got to make that shit.
Didn't Neri have a really hard time with that?
With what?
Where's my? I lost it.
Trying to light the lantern.
Maybe? I don't remember.
Okay. So they need to make a deck save. It's a very low
The lantern
DC.
seems pretty advanced for Neri.
It's a low DC because it's just oil and fire, and they both make it. So, like, the flames light up, but obviously this lantern oil isn't meant to be like a roaring inferno. But they both do have to step back out of the oil. So they don't take any damage because, unfortunately, they rolled above a DC of 10. But they did have to take a step back to not be caught in the fire.
Now, do I remember any, like, smashed out windows or any sort of escape routes?
Yeah, that's smashed windows.
Okay, so can I literally, like, tap Nemesis in the shoulder and just go, like, come the fuck on, and then run to the nearest smashed window?
Sure. So the nearest window is about 10 feet next to you.
Yeah, can I do that, please?
Okay, make an acrobatics check to see if you can
Yeah, boy.
get through and make a landing.
Who's ready to watch a 50-year-old dwarf eat shit? Ah, computer. Work with me here, boys. Sorry, my computer's being ridiculously slow.
Want me to do the roll for you?
No, I should be... Yeah, go ahead, do it for me, please.
Okay. And then we're going to see
Thank you, Thomas.
And then we're going to see 1,000,001 different rolls here. Okay.
Hold on, I think, am I bad?
Yep, too late. Acrobatics, 16. So you're able to just, like, you don't do anything fancy, you're just able to, like, just force your way through and jump and land down. I'd say because of a 16, you don't use any of your movement. Fortune, since you still have your movement, you can also attempt an acrobatics check to jump through. 23. Yeah, you both are able to, like, just jump through. So you've still got your movement, minus 10 feet.
And where did they just jump through?
So in terms of the manor, there's a main door, then there's broken windows 10 feet each side of them.
Okay.
And they've jumped through the ones that, like, if you're facing from the inside out, they went to the right.
Okay.
So what are the two of you doing? You got your movement still.
Can I look for some kind of nifty hiding place, like a park bench or a hay bale or a well? I'll say
A group of
true.
monks. Perhaps they're wearing white robes.
Yeah, a group of monks. Literally 3 people standing.
Unfortunately, you are not Altair, so you do not see anything. Also, this is an area that's completely out of the way from the main city, so no.
Yeah, it was sort of like off to the side. And sort
Yeah, it's a little bit off to the side.
In which case, I'll basically... I know, right? Yeah. Dude, I can't afford 150 florins. What do you think I'm made of? Okay, so I just keep on running into, I presume, darkness?
I believe the spell lasts a minute, so yes.
Oh, no, not into the spell darkness. I meant into the darkness.
Well,
just because it's like nighttime. It's like
Oh,
well,
it's not even
underground.
You're
There's
underground.
any concept of night in
Yeah,
in the dark,
exactly.
Yeah.
down there.
But
Okay,
essentially you're just running, basically.
yeah, I'm running the fuck out of there.
Okay. So, you're able to run 20 feet using your action to dash. 30 feet even, because you only use 10 feet. Fortune, you are able to use your movement as well, and you still get your bonus action.
Run and dash.
Okay, so
Can
you... Can you what?
We should probably. Oh, I don't know if Fortune's going to, but we should probably use thaumaturgy or just good old-fashioned shouting to tell Balith that we need to go.
I
Keep in mind, there's
Okay.
only one way in and out of here, so he'd spot you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
shit.
technically,
I thought-
right now I'm perceiving through Akasha, so I can't actually see anything that's around me.
Oh,
But
okay.
I would
thought-
see
oh,
them
okay.
like leave the building, maybe.
Yeah.
I would because
Okay.
I have blind sense. I could hear them leave the building, and then
It's essentially what you're seeing is something similar to, like, you know, when they show the police helicopter camera with infrared.
yeah, or like a Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Or not Nightcrawler. Daredevil.
Yeah, like Daredevil, basically.
My brain.
Like a helicopter camera with Daredevil vision. That works.
And so if it's my turn, or eventually if I have a chance to go, I'll tell Akasha, because I can kind of tell that happened, to go to them. So she'll provoke an attack of opportunity, and then I will cast Fly on Trotnar if I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Haven't you used all your spells already, though? Hypnotic
No, I only
Patterns and-
cast Hypnotic Pattern. Silent Images at will.
Okay. All right. Fair dude.
Frick,
Okay.
yes.
But they will probably get an attack of opportunity as Akasha flies away from them.
Are
Okay,
you going
so-
to let Trothanar know you're about to make him fly?
Yeah, he won't know.
I can, as I'm flying towards you, because I can see through Akasha's eyes.
Yeah.
I believe I can speak to you with my telepathy.
What's the range
Maybe.
of it?
It's 30 feet, but I don't know if you would like.
I
make
would
that-
I would say that would only originate from the person of origin.
Okay, well then you'll gain the ability to fly, but you'll definitely be able to tell that it happens. But like, I don't actually say anything.
Yeah, technically, there is no such thing as an unwilling creature for fly because it doesn't have like a contesting role.
Yeah,
That
like
deal.
I don't think I could cast fly on an enemy, but that would just be dumb. That would,
You can cast fly on an enemy, but as you say, it'd be dumb. But yeah, I'd say with telepathy, it would originate 30 feet from Valif, not from what
from
Valif
me,
is
yeah,
perceiving.
I wasn't sure if maybe because I am seeing through. See, it says you communicate telepathically with any creature you can see within. I guess within 30 feet of me, not necessarily.
Yeah,
from
within
my...
30 feet of you, not 30
Akasha.
feet of Akasha.
Interesting.
You're technically just borrowing her senses, or you're just parasizing onto
Yeah.
her senses, but it's not actually you. Okay.
Well, first of all, we'll have to see if she even gets there.
Yeah. So, all right. So Akasha flies away. The dwarves don't get an attack of opportunity because, as far as they're concerned, you're just a bat.
Okay, awesome.
Like
Yeah,
you're just being an annoying bat, and you just left them alone, and they're dealing with something much more important. Like you are not a threat to them. So
Yeah, so Trothanar just feels like, as he's running away, this bat like come up onto the back of his neck, and then he feels like, "Ugh," and you can suddenly you can go off, you can fly.
yeah, you're for a second you're like cartoon running on air kind of deal for a second.
What the fuck? Ah,
And
yeah.
it's 60 feet, so that's more than double your normal move speed. So you can move 120 feet around.
Yeah, but that's next turn
Dash.
because obviously he's used his actions and everything. And Fortune, at the rate that you're running, you get like into the darkness spell that you've got.
Hooray.
Okay, the two dwarfs are indeed going to try and run after you using their dash. So yeah, using their dash, they can get up to Trothanar, but they can't do anything because they use their dash. Yeah, running 50 feet. But with that, it's top of the round. So, Trothanar, what are you doing?
Am I flying at the moment?
You are technically, like, you're hovering a little bit off the ground, but you are still technically, like, at ground level, and you've got two dwarves that are just, like, reaching towards you.
I'm just going to try to kick them in the face.
So are you going to make an attack on them, or?
I'll make a non-lethal attack, yeah.
Okay, with your axe, I assume.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm sort of like making that. Okay, yeah, I'm sort of trying to like hit them with like the butt of my axe and try to like bat them away from me.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Bat them away, and I'm being carried by a bat. I know, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes, Queen. D12 plus 4.
And he's flying with these like little tiny bat wings because Akasha is just riding on the back of him, and he's like,
6 points of damage. Okay, so you smash one of them across the face. Just still standing.
Oh well.
Still got your movement and bonus action.
Oh, I'm guessing. Wait, but I'm guessing it's not my.
Yeah, no, you. The fly spell is
You have
casted on
six-
you, so you have
it's
60 feet of fly.
Oh, excellent. So I think I will literally just fly as far as. Can I dash fly?
Well, you already used your action to attack, so you can't dash.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I just try to. And is that feat of movement? Is that upwards and across? Is that in the Y and the X axis?
Yes.
Yes.
3 dimensions.
The world of D&D is non-Euclidean, and there is no Pythagorean theorem here.
Okay, just wondering.
Okay, they do both get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay. Yeah, I just try to fly 60 feet as far as I can into the hubbub of the city and desperately try to find like a place to hide or to lay low.
2 11s from both of them. That don't hit.
Yes, Queen.
Nice.
So they just swing at you, and you just dodge out the way and just fly off. But they do continue chasing. Fortune, what are you doing?
I'd like to run and dash.
Okay, so you run, you dash. Val, if you watch as Fortune, oh wait, no, you're still looking through Akasha, so you don't see.
I'm sitting cross-legged in a little alcove, just meditating. Basically, is all it looks like.
Yep. So Fortune, you run through, and you see Valve just sitting there cross-legged, and you just keep running out into the city.
That's funny.
Okay, so the 2 dwarfs are gonna run after you, even though they can only move 50 feet. So that's all their movement. With looking through Akasha's eyes, Val, if you can see that they're getting close to where you are.
Yeah. So like just before they get to me, I will then come back into
Well,
my
after
vision.
their dash, they still wouldn't be close enough to you.
Sure. So, but that's okay. That's actually perfect because if they're about to come across the alcove, then I will cast Silent Image and just the wall just completes, and it's just a flat wall as they will run by.
Okay. All right. So you cast Silent Image and in your little alcove. Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna hide until I know that they've ran away, and then I'm just focusing on sounds and listening to what's around me, and then once it's all silent, I will.
That is an awesome power.
I guess walk back to the gravel pit. While if anybody questions me, I will lie and be a sneaky bastard. We'll see.
Okay. Well, first most, Shrofnar. What are you doing?
Hello. How far away are the hammer keep?
10 feet.
Right,
Eight.
I need to fucking keep. Yeah, can I just keep going my full 60? No, can I dash this time?
120 feet flying. You got it.
Yeah, that's Queen. And in the vague direction of the city, kind of towards the, what do you call it, the gravel pit. But I'm mainly I'm not trying to get back to the gravel pit. I'm just trying to leave.
Okay. How exactly are you flying? Are you flying like above everybody or what?
Yeah, I'll fly above everybody and try to break line of sight of them and like just chill out on a rooftop probably.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Fortune, what are you doing?
How tall are the buildings in Platinumhold?
Well, keep in mind, Platinumhold is several layers high, and where the wardens are, they're on the lower levels.
Oh yeah, then okay then. Oh god, I forgot that.
Oh,
I forgot it was a very level.
That's
city.
why
In that
Valid.
case-
That's why it was so easy for Valid to be spotted, because people could just look down and see a flying Goliath,
Oh fuck, fair enough.
especially against the
So
river of lava.
So I couldn't have done that silent image thing. Both of those spells are concentration.
So,
if, while they were running past, they may have noticed me.
they haven't run past you yet.
Okay.
So because
So,
because
I basically didn't do that.
okay.
I'm just.
So you're just still staying
I'll
there.
stand there. I'll stay meditating, I guess.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right.
just to retcon that, because I actually couldn't do that without stopping,
Stopping
Trotner's
fly, and that
spell,
would
which
been-
would
That would have
very
been bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Can I run, dash, and find somewhere to hide?
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check. I'd say at this point you've ran far enough away that you can do that. 12. Okay.
Oh, I got a bad stealth.
You think you're hidden. Alright. So Trofnar flies. The dwarves, they're going to run forward, but they'll stop as his friend's there. And through Akasha, you can see like the dwarves just like stop with the friend. One of them looks aside and spots you.
Would I actually be able to see any of that? Because right now Akasha is on the back of Trotner.
I would, yeah, no, you wouldn't see that.
So I'm
Instead,
like really far away. I
the
only have
thing,
60 feet blind
the
sight.
only time you realize something is when you feel a heavy shove against your shoulder, like on your
Yeah,
person.
I get knocked out of my vision. Like, yes? I'm sorry?
As your vision comes back, you can see one of the dwarfs with his axe just at the ready, looking down at you, while the other one's just like shaking the other one as he just comes out of his stupor. Like,
Yeah, that also would have been gone, because
Yeah.
those are all concentration spells.
oh, so when you casted fly, then the other person.
When I cast any of these, that guy would have came. That's why I was asking about him earlier, but you ignored me.
Does that mean
I
can't
didn't hear.
fly
I don't think.
No, you're flying, but like every concentration spell I cast will cancel the previous concentration spell.
Okay, so a bit of
So-
retcon on there. So actually, when the turn after the flight spell, actually that won't really make much of a difference. So instead, you just got one of the dwarfs like looking at you while the other two are running off.
Sure. So there's this one guy, and is it the guy that I hypnotized?
It is, and he is not very happy.
He's just not happy with me.
He is.
Hey, in
Yeah.
ignorance, they've got no.
Yeah, I'm basically just like, yes. What would you like? What's wrong?
I'd like you to come down to the president with me.
And why is that?
Don't play dumb with me, Goliath.
He's gonna attempt to shackle you.
So what kind of role is that for him?
Well, if you're going to resist,
Because Volith will resist.
okay, so
And
for
I
yourself,
think in
so
this
it's
resistance, he's gonna try and grapple this guy.
okay. So first, most will do your contesting against being essentially restrained by him. So I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check against his strength. You rolled a 3. Okay, so now he needs to do acrobatics or athletics against your strength.
Against just strength, not athletics.
Just strength.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, the grappler makes a strength check. The person against it.
Damn.
Okay, he rolled a
Yeah, so I'm just,
17.
like, wrestling with this guy. This is bad, guys.
Yeah, despite your size, this dwarf is surprisingly like holding his own. So yeah, and I'll say for that then he's gonna, because you're resisting, he's gonna get violent with non-lethal attacks.
Sure.
So that is a 15 to hit.
That misses. Or no, 13. Never mind.
Oh,
Okay, so you take. Wait, that is not a D8. That was a D10. This is a D8.
That's a D20. What?
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, non-lethal, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
20. Okay, so you just get smacked across the head with with the hammer. Your vision like goes white for a second, but you're able to just focus on the spell. Trofnar, what are you doing?
can I see this happening?
Make a perception check.
Yay, perception. I'm so good at it.
Oh damn. I didn't even consider the fact that that Constitution check was a concentration check. Jesus.
17. It's difficult to see, but it's quite unmistakable to see a large Goliath that is currently engaged in hand-to-hand with a dwarf.
Yeah, a lot of it is just Volith has his arms up, and he's just like trying to stop the. It looks like Andre the Giant or like Chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, just like
Yeah, so like you see the bit where like Valve is like reaching forward to try and like almost bear hug him before he's like gets hit in the face as Valve just staggers back slightly.
Okay, so can I fly back to what's it called? Valith.
Yeah.
And then can I
So-
try to
Yeah, I'd say
Would
actually
I-
you'd have just enough movement with the fly.
Would it be possible to get behind one of them? Or behind the one beating up my friend?
Yes. I would say
Okay,
so.
can I do that? Can I do that and try to smash his head in with the bottom axe and knock him out like I did the other?
Okay, with advantage because you are flanking.
Yeah, boy.
Excellent.
3, 2, 1, go.
Natural
Yes,
20.
queen.
Go ahead and
oh my god! Both
it
of
would have
those
been-
would have been nat 20s.
it would have been
Nice.
it would have been a crit anyway because you crit on the 19.
Yes, I
So
do.
go ahead and roll
Trump
damage.
Yeah, this is cool. So Volith is just like getting pummeled by this guy, and then just from the sky, just boom with like the backside of your axe right into his collarbone or some shit
12.
like that. Ooh.
Unfortunately,
You did
these guys
superhero
got
landing.
16 health.
Yeah,
so
you basically
he's- This guy is just standing. Like you can see, he's just like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Just turns around. You can see he's struggling to focus, but he's just standing still. You do have a second attack though.
I do. Can I go for another crack at him
Sure.
with advantage?
Yes, you're still flanking.
Yeah, boy. Great axe away.
All right. You don't need to roll damage. As I said, these dwarves only have 16 health, and so even a 1 would deal more than enough damage.
Nice.
So you just like smash it with the butt of your axe, and you just watch his eyes like roll into his head, and he falls down unconscious. The other dwarves that were chasing after you are going to turn around and begin running back towards you.
Because they're basically just chasing you now.
Yep. Fortune, you see other dwarves making their way towards the commotion.
How far away from me are they?
30 feet. Even with that low stealth check, they are more focused on the commotion.
Okay. Can I do right behind them with thaumaturgy and explosion sound?
Sure.
It is exactly a 30-foot range.
Okay. So you do that. You see they all kind of like stop and turn around, and they look, and they see one, and because you got a 12 and their natural perception is higher than that, they do spot you. You just see just one just like indicating the group splits off. 2 of them begin running towards you, and the other 3 are running towards commotion.
Can I use my movement and dash to try and get past them?
Sure. Thankfully, because of the distance, you're able to get by, and you run into the city. So,
I'm sorry, Nemesis. I failed you.
Valov and Trofnar, what are you guys doing?
It's like, I just look to Trothnar and then telepathically I say, hide or flee.
And can I just go fucking both?
Not an answer, Trothnar.
Look, mate, fucking hide, look, flee, okay? Just get to the city.
Then-
We'll lose them in there.
Then I will grab onto you. I'll like bear hug you and then say, fly, you fool. And yes, I said that just now. And so I'm just like
Oh my
wrapped
God.
around your waist, and you still have flight. So I will just be taken with you.
Why are you doing this? Can I please go for a full? Can I please go break into a full? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you fool? People like kids your age have no respect for their elders. I tell you what, when I was your age, I'd go into like a full like old.
And then
man
he just
that
yells,
has-
fool!
Somewhere in Exeter, Kimberly wakes up like, what? Someone. Okay.
Oh no!
So what are you doing, Trofnar?
Oh, I love
Basically
the
my
kingdom.
action. I can't really do anything
Yep.
else.
What are you doing, Trofnar?
I am trying not to scream like a little girl.
So you're not moving or anything?
Oh wait, no. I thought we're flying.
No, I thought
that's up to you.
That's up to you.
Yeah. A flight would help, big man.
Okay.
You're
So
already-
because
you still have it on you. It's just
because Valov is holding on to you, you're moving at half speed. So that's 30 feet.
Okay.
All right. So the
So
two.
I guess that we should move upwards to up from this layer. I guess.
yeah. So we can go like dash at 60 feet. I assume.
Yep. So you guys go up a bit. The 2 dwarves unfortunately
Oh
can't
god,
do
I'm just
anything.
holding on for dear life right now.
So the two dwarves can't do anything, but the 3 dwarves that have arrived, you see them, like, pull out. 2 of them pull out a crossbow between them, each. So they're going to make 2 attacks against you. So natural 1.
Trothnor or me?
And that's an 8. It doesn't really matter because both miss. You just watch as the crossbow goes just...
we hear in the distance, my fucking eye for the 1.
Fortune, what are you doing then?
Can I see this disaster that's happening?
Yes, it's not very difficult considering how Trothnor is gaining some height.
Fucking hairy, smelly dwarf with a giant, 8 foot tall, 400-pound Goliath, just clung to him.
It's essentially like it's someone holding onto a medicine ball.
Yeah, that's what Volit's doing. Trothnor makes a very good medicine ball.
What was that? What was that, Fortune?
1 thunderclap orb to the left thrown, please.
Okay, go ahead. Where you're throwing it, just randomly into a somewhere.
Yep, randomly into somewhere, and then I'm booking it out of there.
Okay, so you throw it, it goes off, causes some damage to the nearby area, and you just book it. The other dwarfs, you watch as the 2 dwarfs that were chasing you, they try and chase, but they're not able to keep up, and eventually they give up the chase on that one. Go ahead and make a stealth check, Fortune. 16, okay. So you're able to blend into the shadows, and essentially you are safe.
It helps being purple.
Okay, so, Trothnor Valif.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, you're in this together, so what are you doing?
How far?
Do not drop me, Trothnor. And I'm just squeezing him as hard as I can.
Oh. Thankfully my thighs are like tree trunk. You will probably drop. Okay, so how far away upwards is the next layer?
It is about 80 feet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Also, I guess I have 10 minutes for fly, by the way. So
Yeah. That's a shit ton of turns.
it's a lot of time.
Yeah. In which case, I just keep trying to climb. Yeah, I'll just try to climb upwards and try to make it to the next layer.
Yeah, that's 100 turns of fly, so I don't think you need to worry about it going. Okay, so you dash upwards. Those 2 dwarves are gonna, with the crossbows, are gonna make 2 more attacks against you.
Yeah, they can shoot at us for
those dwarves?
What was that, sorry?
How far away from the dwarves am I now?
You are, if you're going straight up on that turn, 60 feet,
Yeah.
and I'd say you flew up about 20 feet total, so 80 feet.
And what's the effective range of a crossbow?
They can shoot at us for 4 or 5 more rounds, by the way.
No.
After the 100-foot mark, I believe, or the 150-foot mark.
Let me check on the player's handbook, because for whatever reason
exactly.
the Compodium doesn't have that. Seriously, I looked up light crossbow. It's oh yeah, it's got these stats.
Yeah, the actual information that when you look a particular thing up isn't very useful. You have to go to the equipment section.
Yeah, the stats part, for items, is terrible. Everything else is good though. So it's got.
They're just light. 8320. So yeah, they can hit us for 3 or 4 more rounds.
Well, you're at the absolute maximum of their effective range, but they can still keep firing at you until 320, when it's just automatic misses. They'll just start taking disadvantage.
Laser.
So they are going to go ahead.
Just some random peasant on the other side of Platinumhold, just a fucking crossbow bolt through their window. They're what
That's
the fuck?
16 for the first one and 19 for the second one.
1 hit.
1 hit. Okay. I should have actually double-checked what damage it is, because that doesn't say it either. It's really weird, some of the stuff that's on here. I love the Roll20 stuff, because it lets us, do stuff over the interwebs, but...
If D&D Beyond could purchase Roll20, that would be great.
Yeah.
Just merge those 2 services,
Or
please.
light crossbow.
That would actually legit be pretty cool. 1d8. D&D, and having a Roll20 subscription also apply for D&D Beyond. That would
be awesome.
Yeah. So, D8. So, Trothnor, you take 2 points of piercing damage.
Ah, you bastard. Okay.
Because even though Valif is the bigger of the targets, he is currently being essentially covered by yourself.
Okay, that's like a bee sting. I'll be fine.
Alright. So.
Do I have to make a strength check or something to see if I still have thingy on me?
Do you want to?
No.
No.
What? Because like I'm doing most of the. I'm making you fly and holding onto you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All you have to do is pilot the ship.
Okay,
Fair.
so Trofnau, you're up. I guess at this point.
Yeah, and as soon as I'm as soon as I get to the next layer, which I'm guessing is more built up and city-like.
That is where like the refineries and such are.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
So
The
then
gravel
there'll
pit is
be-
actually at that level.
Oh, okay. So in
That's-
that case, as soon
awesome.
as we get to altitude of the next level of that level, I just start frantically looking around for somewhere to hide.
Okay. And at this point, for everyone else that's currently in the gravel pit, word of this commotion is reaching your ears.
Already.
Well, they sounded the horn and it was echoing out
Yeah,
all
like
over
yeah,
Platinumhold.
like there's an alarm going. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So just so those out in the gravel pit are aware, you hear someone just going to say like, "Oi, something's fucking happening again! There's like twice in a row this."
Oh, these adventurers coming over here spending their money.
Okay. So.
Can I get a bigger drink?
All right there, Delson. Okay. Is anyone that's in the bar going to be doing anything, or are they just...
Sighing.
Did we tell them that we were doing this? I think we did because we were
Yeah.
having this.
Because they asked everyone
Yeah.
who wanted to join them.
Okay, so they're totally aware that this is what's.
Is anyone else doing it in the bar doing anything? I know Delson's just getting a bigger drink.
Can I just be like, welcome back?
Well, they're not there yet.
No. Well, sorry, I've been preoccupied. I
Welcome
guess
back.
I'll.
Basically, someone's came in saying that something's happened again. That's caused the alarm to be raised.
In that case, I'll patiently wait by the bar, just
All right.
or the door to see what happens.
Nemesis, are you doing anything with this commotion going on?
She just typed out that we keep glitching out for her.
Oh, that's no good.
That's not good at all.
She can't really hear us.
Oh, that's why, because I'm on the other chat thing. Yeah, what was that?
Journey. That was Journey. Journey, can you please not do that? Journey, please.
For God's sake, Johnny, can you please stop believing?
Let's see. Doing anything where people are shouting about stuff happening again. Okay. Well, while they're deciding on that one, so you are now about 20 feet from from where the next layer is, and from that distance, you can see some people looking over. The two dwarfs are going to make another attack, this time with disadvantage. That is a 16 for the first one, even with disadvantage, and that's a 6 for the second one.
Neither of those hit.
Neither of them hit. Okay. All right. So they just go. So you go up a bit more, and you can see, just like when Valif did it, you can see that there's a couple of guards. Several of them with crossbows pointed directly at you.
They're just like waiting for us.
Yep.
Little help, big man.
Because one thing you've what you've noticed, given these last two incidents, is that if any guards are on the upper level, they are able to look over into the lower levels and assess the situation. And if they see something coming up to those upper levels, they can move accordingly.
Yeah.
So basically, they saw you flying, just like with Valor, they saw you flying around, saw you were coming up, and got into position to intercept you. Just to explain it. But eventually you just fly up, and you can just see there's about 6 dwarfs with crossbows pointing at you, and 2 more with their axes ready.
I will. I'm just holding on to Trothnar, so you. What did you say to me? You said something.
I said, any help, big man?
I'm mostly tapped out. I could try and talk my way out of this, but that seems unlikely.
I know.
How much more time do we have on the fly?
A lot of time.
Quite a lot. I'm like,
Quite a lot of time.
you could just go down and find somewhere to hide there.
Okay, yeah, fine, sure. Alright, fine.
So you're gonna drop down?
Like we float up, we see a bunch of dudes pointing crossbows at us, and then we just float back downwards into the darkness.
Okay, so because they were holding their action,
Sure, fire at us. Barrage of arrows.
so it's a miss. It's a miss. That's definitely gonna be a hit. That's an 18. It's a 16. It's another 18. And that's a miss. So 2 of them hit.
Yeah.
So you take 7 points of damage for the first one. 7 points of damage for the second one.
Oh, calculator.
As you drop down about 10 feet, and you hear one of the dwarves say, "Stop!" He just yells, "Stop."
He just hears in his head, no.
No.
Okay. So, are you just going to... So thankfully, because of how the levels are designed, those dwarfs above you can't really get a good hit on you without putting themselves at risk, which they're not going to do. So, you've just got the dwarves below you to contend with, of which there are an increasing number.
As we're flying, I just say, oh, actually, yeah. Never mind. No, I'll let this continue.
Okay, what are you doing, Trafnar?
So from my high vantage point, can I see anywhere that would be a good hiding spot for me and a Matt Goliath?
Make a perception check.
Yay.
I can't hide us once we land. It's just in the
12.
air. Apart from making us like invisible somehow or turning us into a giant bird, like with an illusion.
You are
can't really
sitting
do
ducks at the
this.
moment.
Yeah.
12. I mean, you see a few rooftops, but it'll take you about, even dashing, it'll take you about 2 rounds.
I've so fucked it.
I don't know. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, we'll start heading towards the rooftop.
Okay, so the 2 dwarves that are below you, thankfully they haven't been joined by any other crossbow dwarves yet, are going to make an attack with disadvantage because of the range.
Yeah, I guess.
Nope. Oof. That second one would have hit if it hadn't rolled a 5, but both miss. Okay,
Yay.
so next round you dash and you're able to land on one of the rooftops. The dwarves are following you.
For sure.
Yep.
What is on this rooftop?
There are roof tiles. And
It's like
that's
a roof.
it.
It's not like an open roof. It's like just like a peak.
Yes.
I just don't imagine dwarves have steepled roofs because there's no rain underground, and so they wouldn't need that, and they would have square roofs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I was imagining like a top floor that would actually have things on it, but
No, it's steepled, but there is
Okay.
like a small balcony on the side of it.
so okay, then to the balcony into the building.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
What's in this room?
So you appear to be in a bedroom. It is rather small. It has a bookshelf on one side, a single bed on the other, and in that bed you can just see a dwarf, an adult male dwarf, just like sitting up, like eyes groggy, and as he sees you two run in, his eyes just widen in fear.
I just put my finger up to my lips and then tell him to not say a thing, or we'll kill you.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
And then I'll make that intimidation, and then I will take Trothnar over to the corner. Is there like a wardrobe? I don't want there to be, because I'm looking for empty space.
There is no wardrobe. There is just really. But you can see a dress right above his back with advantage. But then again, 27.
27. So
yeah.
That's a 19. Oh, that's deception, not intimidation, but it's the same.
It's
like,
whatever. Okay, all right.
Nice. And then I'll walk into the corner, and then we, as far as he can tell, unless he makes the save, of course, we just turn into a wardrobe.
Okay. All you hear is just the dwarf go.
And then again in his head he hears. I just say, "Go back to sleep."
Just looks around and just like quietly begins to put the just to cover his head with the the covers until he starts hearing the door just being knocked knocked on very hard and rapidly.
Okay, this is the last dish effort.
All right, so he like pulls up, he just looks down, he just he did see, but he just like looks around, just very timidly, just like go on to just like start heading down some stairs. He's just like going very slow and just looking about everywhere. Are you just waiting there?
In Trotner's mind, I say, stay still and quiet.
Okay. All right. So about 3-4 minutes pass. And then you start hearing the sound of armored feet walk just very quickly, just start thundering about the ground. You see like 2 or 3 people come up and just, you can see them, their hammer keeps as well. And they begin looking around. They are going to make perception checks because they are trying to find you.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a 12 for the first one.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Okay, man.
So the dwarves just like look around. Then one of them just go. They like look towards where the wardrobe is. Clear! And run back down.
Ooh, sigh of relief. You hear Valith's sigh in your head.
And one of them runs down. The other one's just like there, just like, what the fuck did? Just they gradually begin to fan out, and eventually things quieten down. You hear footsteps go away, and then after a few minutes, you hear footsteps, and the older male dwarf of the house walks up. Like you see, his face is white as a sheet, as he's just like looking around. It's like, oh,
I'll drop silent image and then go up to him, and I start to mess around with one of my pouches on my hip, and then pull out a handful of gold coins, and I say, "I'm sorry for the disturbance. We mean you no harm. What I said earlier was a lie." And then I will leave. 50
Please get out! Please get out!
And I'm already starting to leave.
Yeah, same.
He doesn't even notice the coins that you've passed.
Yeah, I just kind of like put him on a table or in his bed or whatever if he doesn't take them, and then
yeah, you've just given him a hell of a wake up and have equally scared the crap out of him. Okay,
that's excellent.
So
peer out the door and then eventually make our way back to the gravel pit. I hope.
Make a stealth check then, because you are still being looked at. You're still being searched for, even brain words. Meat.
I'm guessing with disadvantage for me because of my armor.
I'd say for the sake of it, because it's more of you trying to blend in with the crowd, I'd say normal.
Can I make a deception check instead?
How?
Just as
what
we
would
walk,
you be
if
trying
we run
to
into
do?
anybody,
What would you
I'm
be
trying to just just pretend like I'm someone else?
No, no.
I'll say yes, but with disadvantage.
I'm Trothnar's bodyguard or something. But
You'd be
sure,
doing so with
would
disadvantage.
much rather do that with a disadvantage.
Okay, go ahead with
It's a
disadvantage.
+8, 14.
Okay. So,
Sleight of hand is just a straight roll for me. So.
you think that not itself, not sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is if you're
Or
trying to
it's the
pickpocket
same
someone.
thing for
Okay.
me. Like I just don't have any really dexterity-based things.
Right, so you quietly make your way back to the gravel pit, seemingly safe. Eventually, you make your way back in.
I just like the doors like bust open.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. We slam the door behind us. Like, fuck, I can't, like...
Yeah, I think maybe me and Trotner are maybe like chuckling to each other. At least I'm kind of like chuckling to Trotner. If we have like,
I'm more like nervously chuckling about we could have died.
It's like that was very exciting. I hope you got what you were looking for, Trotner.
Sure. I got something, but fucking hell, that hurt. And also, that was fucking terrifying. I never want to do that again. Thank you.
I thought it was very fun.
You guys do notice that Fortune is already in there.
Yeah.
Along with everyone
Oh,
else.
yeah, like that.
I am challenging Fortune to Dragon Chess.
Why would I be joining a dragon chess? I don't know how to play.
Exactly. Yeah. He wants an easy win.
Yeah, he's like, you don't know how to play. It's fine.
Okay, so this piece moves like this. And it can do this.
Uh-huh.
And yes, you can very well just call it the horse.
Yay, it's a pony.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Murder
So-
ponies.
and I mean, I've got several crossbow bolts sticking out of me.
Here, let me
My
take
nerves
care
have
of
been
that.
shaken because I did not think I'd be flying my way back here. But I got summon, I think. I got annoyingly, it's the complete opposite way from what Young told us to do. But hey, and then But tell you what, it's. What time is it, by the way?
Well, considering how you saw one of the dwarves was trying to sleep, you'd assume it's probably late.
Okay, then in that case, I tell you what, I'll tell you guys in the morning what's happening. I think if we're leaving tomorrow, we're gonna need a good night's sleep. Got a long day of traveling, probably. Where is everyone?
I'm right here.
Because no one's talking.
I think Pete's
It's
still
true.
having tech issues.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probable. And those two are playing dragon chess, and so yeah, that is basically everybody. Everybody has more or less responded. Gratian, how does that sound to you?
I have been paying attention again. Sorry.
When in the morning, we will see what Trotner has, and then make a decision as to where to go.
I mean, I don't see any reason not to.
Excellent.
Okay. So, you're all going to call it a night then?
I think so.
Can I? I might have to go over and talk to Irma about all this,
Alright.
in case the guards do show up. Hey, Anna, me and my friends might have got into a spot of bother with the Armor Keepers. It's nothing serious, nothing scary. We haven't killed anyone, but at least I haven't. If they, but just as a favour, as an probably one of my oldest, closest people I know, if they come by, please just say you don't know me, you haven't seen anything odd, you haven't seen a dwarf or a Goliath or anything like that, okay? I owe you massively for this, okay?
I'll try, Trophy, but if they decide to search the place, I can't really do much.
Aye.
And if I lie and they search the place and find you, then that's not gonna look good on me.
Is there a... I guess probably the most secluded place. Do you mind if I hold up in your cellar for the night? I think it's probably the darkest, most sort of secluded place. Probably the best. If they do start, going through the place, it's probably the best chance of me hiding.
Sure, Trophy, sure. As far as I'm aware, you snuck in when I didn't see you.
Aye, good. You've already got covers on everything. God bless. Morian bless you, Anima. Aye, thank you so much. I owe you the absolute world. And then I sort of go, I go up to Valeth and go, hey, big man, it's probably a good idea if we find out somewhere heading to sleep for the night. I'm going down to the basement. You want to come?
Sure, I will join you. And when we go down there, before we go to bed, actually, I will cast, I'll just go over and in whatever room we're in, I'll take my staff, again, while chanting into my dark crystal. I will drag my staff around the perimeter of the room and then cast Alarm as a ritual.
Okay. Alright.
How fucking creepy you are.
Yeah, and that whole time, it's like literally 10 minutes of me going like, I already am better. It's just like very creepy.
Okay, so you cast a spell. So you're now able to...
Yeah, here, I'll put it in the...
Yeah, so you've casted the alarm spell. And
it'll be a mental ping, and not a loud one, but
and a 20-foot
if somebody
cube.
comes into the room.
Okay, so like you're placing it like at the entrance, or
on the entrance of the door, or at like the top of the stairs, I guess, if it's in the basement.
Okay.
Because I can pick a door. I just always imagine it as an area, but I can pick a door.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you go ahead and you go in for the night. So. Fortune.
Yeah.
It feels almost like you've just gone to sleep before you are suddenly awoken by someone grabbing onto one of your horns and dragging you off the bed that you're sleeping in.
Oh god.
And as you kind of like blink the sleep from your eyes, you can see close up to your face, looking at you, is the bloodied face of a Hammerkeeper. The one which you had initially tried to knock out. As he lifts you up close, says, "Aye, this is one of them," and just roughly pushes you towards a few others. Do you do anything, Fortune?
Nemesis!
This is going to be bad because, and she's gone. And she's back.
Hello.
Yeah, she's like, I need to hear.
Hello?
And she's back.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, babe.
Something's happening.
Nemesis, or Fortune's being abducted by the Hammerkeepers that we just may have attacked.
Yeah, she's calling out to you.
Yeah.
Oh god, now we can't hear again.
No.
No, now we can. We still can. It's flicking in and out.
Yeah.
Do I wake up to this?
Yes. You wake up to seeing Fortune being roughly like pulled out of bed and then pushed to a bunch of Hammerkeepers. And then you see the one that turns right. You can see his face is still like caked blood on the front of his face. You! What are you doing keeping a fugitive with you?
Excuse me?
This tiefling has been charged with assault and breaking and entering.
Why do you have her with you?
I look annoyed and roll my eyes. She's part of my group.
Oh, well, if that's the case, you can answer with the rest of them. He clicks his fingers, and a couple more dwarfs come by with some shackles and begin shackling both you and Fortune.
I just glare at Fortune.
Okay. Valif, your
Yes.
alarm spell goes off.
And how large is this room?
Well, it's a cellar, so it's fairly big. It's about 60 feet.
Pretty
by-
big. Okay, then
60 feet
we're
by
probably
30.
in a corner. Then maybe there's a shelf between us and them, so they might not see us as soon as they get down.
Okay.
I will. I hear that. I wake up and then I'll wake Trothner up as quickly as I can, while like sort of climbing on top of him, and then I'll turn us into a box that looks like a storage crate.
Okay.
With silent image.
Jesus
and so you're
Christ.
just like pressed up against, like Valith is just on top of you now, Trothner, and you hear.
What are you
they're-
doing?
They're at the top of the stairs. Stay still again.
Oh, shit.
All right. So you watch as about 5 dwarfs come in, all weapons drawn, looking about. Okay. Right. Okay. What's the spell DC for this?
16.
Oh, God.
Okay.
If they notice, then they'll just see us in a kinky embrace.
So the dwarves all just give a sweep of the room, and you see, like, you see them, like, one, like, looks at your spot and just continues looking. 2, 3, fourth one looks, turns just... I found them!
Shit. You just hear
Two of
shit
you.
in your head.
2 of you. No funny business.
I'll just get up off of
Okay.
Drodnar and stand there, hands in my sleeves.
So the 2 of you are quickly shackled and escorted out of the cellar. As you arrive into the main area of the gravel pit, you can see
Sorry.
sitting, just kind of like sitting, not on a chair, on the floor, just rubbing her fingers against the temple, Ulav.
Ulav.
Yes, Ulav, the stone giant. You know, just because you are pardoned and a friend of the king does not mean you can do what you please. Unchain the tall female, she's fine. And quickly unchain Nemesis. You're going to explain
Kind
to
of rub
me.
my wrist.
You're going to explain to me, Trofnal, what you are doing, breaking into that place and assaulting my men.
Okay, fine. It was a simple thing. It was nothing against you or your men. I was just trying to find where the fucking wardens ended up. You weren't helping me, and so I thought they might have left some clues back at their manor. Okay, that's it. I simply wanted to go in there, see what I could find, and get out. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I didn't mean for any of these guys, these people, to get involved. This is all on me, just trying to find some information. Okay.
Okay, next question. If you wanted to look inside the manor, why did you not just ask? Why did you not say, "Can I look in the manor to see if there's anything there"? You had my attention, Trofnar Glowhammer. You had my attention. And you decided to break the laws instead of just ask. I may not
Why
be
would
so
they-
kind as you to you wardens, but I also would love to see justice served. If you had an idea of where to find information, you could have told me. I could have simply went there and checked.
Honestly, I thought you, the Hammond Keepers and the people here would be busy order going on than to deal with me and me and my vengeance and quest for justice. Okay, I thought they wouldn't have believed me of going into a lockdown fortress of a place and try. Oh, and just because one pissed off dwarf said, "Hey, I used to work here and I'm trying to find my old buddies," you think they would have believed me?
The war is not at our gates yet, Trofnar. The grasp only fell about 2 weeks ago. No army can get here that quickly. Even if they burnt everything in their wake, an unending tidal wave, they would not be at any of our passes. We have time to do searches. Why do you think we have gone down to that facility?
Because there's thousands of innocent people down there who need help.
It's not about the innocent people. The fact is that was a threat to Platinumhold and something we were willing to send men down to do. Because we had the resource, we had the time.
What happened to those people anyway? I haven't seen any up here.
That is not of my business. That is between the king and these Simics, as they call themselves. And now it is no longer your concern. You have broken our laws once again, immediately after being pardoned, I might add. Normally, I would have you incarcerated for many a month. But because you have favor with the High King, I am giving you an alternative that one of your compatriots were given. I am giving you and your party 24 hours to leave the main city and enter into the pass. And until the High King sees fit, you are to never return to Platinumhold.
So just right back to the status quo for Trofnar.
Okay. Aye. Let's just go and use that place, you know? Anyway.
Make your choice, Glowhammer. Incarceration or exile?
As I suppose the wardens aren't behind bars yet, so I'll be gone by the end of the day, I promise. Me and you will never hear from me and my friends again. I swear upon all the gods, the world makers, and everyone. Okay, you will not hear from. We will not trouble you again.
Very well. He looks to the rest of you, which you've been dragged out. I apologize to do this to the rest of you, but I cannot have people breaking laws in this city, even if they have done favors for us.
Have you ever considered that perhaps your laws are not correct?
Oh my god.
Valid.
Eyes
Not right
narrow.
I'm sorry.
That big man.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll-
Goliath.
Bolith like
Understand.
lowers his head and he realizes maybe he's speaking out of turn.
Our laws
But he
are
does
not
give
your
this
concern.
Hammerkeeper like a steely glare the entire time.
Oh, you're glaring at a stone giant who isn't giving a shit.
Oh, that's even better because he's bigger than me.
She is bigger than. It's
That's
Olaf.
even better.
Those have been in place for 1,000 millennia, Val. Do not start making enough about them now.
Just glares and you. Our laws are not your concern, Goliath. For you will not be a part of them when you leave, and return back to the kingdom of the landwalkers.
Very well.
Looks to you, Trofnar. I know you said I will not hear from you again, but since you intend to hunt these wardens, I'm sure that we would be willing to overlook the exile should you give us word of their demise. That is your only condition for return.
And what if I bring one of them back, dead or alive?
Of high enough rank, we may be willing to look the other way. But keep in mind, Trofnar, that should you commit a crime again, there will not be a third chance. No matter
Okay.
what you bring.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, ma'am. I've learned a lesson.
Just beckons to the hammer keepers. Unshackle them, keep them under guard. Should they not leave in 24 hours, arrest them and bring them to me. Just stands up and makes her way out of the gravel pit.
Well, I mean, we were planning to leave anyway, so I guess it's worked out quite well.
I agree. Overall, it seems like a net positive.
We're not completely. If I bring one of these warden bastards back, we can come back here whenever we.
Embassy is just gonna look up at the ceiling and throw her hands in the air and go back to her room.
I'm just leaving without saying a word.
Do not be upset, princess.
Baroness!
Alright, so the Fortune, Valif, and Trofnar, the three of you are unshackled. But at this point, you guys would have had the effect of a long rest at this point anyway. But you do have 4 Hammer Keepers that are keeping a very close eye on you.
Yep, sounds about right.
Any of you guys fancy a game of Dragon Chess before bed? I say to my Hammer Keeper guards.
They don't say a word.
Can I ask the one that took the shackles away? Can I keep those?
Hey, do you guys want to hear a joke?
So
I
wait.
will. No, I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
loads of people are talking, so I was just kind of like trying to process it all in one go. So they didn't so much as take your equipment off you, Fortune. It's just that you didn't have it on your person when they dragged you out.
Oh no, I was just going to ask the guy that took the shackles off, can I just keep those?
For God's sake.
No, you can't.
Rude.
Would anybody like to wrestle before bed? I'm feeling anxious for some reason.
Go on then. I'll give you a tumble, big man.
Yes, and Volith will walk into the gravel pit and take off his top, and he has probably some baggy pants or something, and he just down to a loincloth. And then he will get into a Goliath stance that looks kind of typical from what you would have seen from some Goliaths, and then
I swear I can hear Peach squealing right now.
I break out the baby oil. I start lathering my supple body.
I do have oil, but it's flammable, and I don't really want to cover myself in it.
In that case, I will just look at him and go, "What are you doing?" And then really sheepishly just take off my shirt, and then just stand in the ring, not doing it, and then sort of stand there and go, "Come on then, let's do this."
And then as soon as you step into the ring, take a stance that seems like it's a confirmation. Volith dives at you and tries to pick you up and just over his shoulder body slam you.
Okay, so if it's going to be wrestling style, it's going to be it's going to turn into a whole lot of strength checks then.
Yeah,
sure.
Boy.
Athletics or strength?
Well, so strength for the grappler, athletics or acrobatics for the person trying to not be grappled.
Oh, sure.
That's how grapple checks work.
Normally it's athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm just going for pure strength here, and besides, I'll
Sure.
even double check on this. Actually, no, the podium's right fucking there.
That shouldn't be a disadvantage. That should be a 24.
For God's sake. What?
Which means I rolled a 19.
What? Oh, I actually am not a fan of this.
Yeah, no, you are grappled.
Okay. Can I try to please get out of this grapple? Also, what
Yeah,
are the rules of wrestling? Is it a pin? Is it via pinfall or submission?
It depends on what you
I
go with.
imagine wrestling as one or the other. Either I'm gonna try to pin you right now, but
Okay, there we go.
I
So
could try to,
I just did a check with the grapple. It's a athletics check against athletics or acrobatics.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean I was partially
so
right because it's still a strength check technically.
Technically, yes. Any skill check is technically just a strength or basic attribute roll.
Yeah.
Plus your thing. But
Yeah, well, good to know for the future. Either way, it doesn't really matter in that situation because
yeah, technically it would actually be 3 higher than that, so it would be 27.
yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
Why is it 3 higher?
Because it's athletics
It's
instead of
athletics
strength.
instead of strength. Because I.
And technically, you could have used athletics or acrobatics as well.
Yep, that's what you have to choose between.
You are just a bag of feces.
Okay, so next is Trufnard. To break out, you need to do an athletics or acrobatics against his athletics. I think is it? Let me just
I'll do
double check.
athletics.
Yeah.
Succeed on.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
19.
Yep, so you're able to slip out of the grapple, although that would be your action. So Valve still has his action.
Then I will. I'll. If he
This is
like
gonna be a
wrestles
lot of
away
strength
from
rolls,
me
as
and
I
we're like a
said.
couple steps away, I just leap in the air and drop kick him and try to shove him.
You're gonna
try
make
to knock him prone.
Oh, you're gonna make a trip attack essentially.
Yeah, but it's flavored as a drop kick from
Yeah.
a 9 foot or 8 foot tall Goliath or whatever.
I mean, technically, a trip is something that only a fighter can do, but I'll allow it.
But it's. Oh yeah, I guess knocking prone. Okay, then I won't knock him prone. I'll just shove him away. It's just a shove attack.
So that would still be a strength. I think that's actually like a flat-out strength contest.
Sure. 20.
Yeah, let's just say it's a straight-up strength contest.
Ooh. Now who
Yeah,
has
so
the
you
natural
shove
one?
him 10 feet.
See, the best part is that we actually have like the same.
Yep.
I can roll a strength save.
Yeah, that's fine. 'Cause, I mean, it's still a natural
Still a
one,
one.
so... Yep.
Still a 1.
Still a one.
Don't matter,
No
don't matter.
changes here. Yeah, I'll just switch this over to the tavern.
Does he fall out of the arena?
So that's why I just
Because that would be one of the only other ways to beat somebody in
I
a
forgot there's
wrestling
ring
match.
outs, yeah.
you
Ring out, submission, or pin.
So it would be in this situation. So you guys would have started here. You would have gone forward and grappled. 5, 10. Yeah, actually that would have pushed him out.
Nice.
So yeah, so you got shoved out
Who's
and
the
you
guy
fought.
standing behind me?
No, that's just from the previous stuff. I haven't cleaned up this map much.
An NPC.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't cleaned up this map because I wasn't expecting this.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's Dave, the local personal space invader.
Hi, I'm Dave. I invade your personal space.
Yeah. Hey, Dave here. You smell pretty.
Yep. Okay, but yeah, so you get shoved out of the ring.
And then Volith will get up from his like prone stance and then raise his hands up. Anybody else? And then he starts posing.
I am.
I imagine that is the
No,
case.
last I heard, she went up.
Okay.
Can I be your wrestling manager? Go. Can I be your Bobby the Brain Heenan?
And then if nobody responds, I will then walk up to Trothnar and give him a big bear hug and pick him up. He's like, "That was a good fight, friend."
If you say so, please put me down. I can't breathe.
I put him down, and I put him down, and then pat him on the head, and then I don't know, go back to get a drink and end the evening for myself at least.
I mean, you're what, like a good foot taller than you're a good like 3 feet taller than me.
How tall are you?
I am in the measurements of a different universe entirely. I am.
Oh, some centimeter number or meters?
No. But I've got it in foot. I've got it in feet in inches. But I don't know if in this world there were feet in inches. So I am 4 foot 3 1/4.
Okay, yeah, I'm like 3 feet taller than you.
What are we looking at, Tom? Like, on your screen?
That's clearly the gravel pit.
Okay. The screen of a screen.
You all alive?
I know I am. Yeah, Tick's doing stuff.
In the arms of fly away. How beautiful.
Now I've got to listen to it. You mentioned it, now I have to look it up.
Yeah. We just died. Oh, sad. We lost our drunk. We lost drunk grandpa.
Is everything
Hello?
dead? What's happening? Okay.
I think.
Hello?
So, Trothnar.
Hello.
Hello?
Robble.
He's not here.
Oh, he's not here. Damn it. Fuck. I actually
But
wanted
yes,
to ask
hi
him.
Peach.
I need assistance.
With.
I can't sing the rest of the song because it's inappropriate.
But
Well,
yeah,
I was going to ask Trothnar about the fact, because like we actually don't have a clear direction that we're going to go. Before we had an idea of going south, but now, oh, there he is.
yeah, we thought of going to Delcross.
But now,
Why not go to Delcross and then just go up?
Yep.
sure, I guess yeah, we could just use that as our pit stop because we're being kicked out of the city basically. So
Yeah, pretty much.
get
Yeah.
a quest or something, and then go to finish that, and then head north in order to actually like find wherever they've gone. That is them being the wardens.
Hello?
Yes,
Have I returned? Can you hear me?
yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my computer went.
Hello? Is
Real
anybody
fu-
out there?
Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, thank you.
Obama?
Miss Obama, is that you? How many, Miss Obama?
Help me.
Where is that from?
I'll do anything, Mr. Obama. Anything.
I don't know if I look up Mr. Obama or Mr. Obama.
Anything
to
for
know
you,
what happens.
Mr. Obama.
I get the
Then
perish. How well part
perish.
one, which I assume is this insane bullshit that then perish. Yep, there it is.
God bless your soul.
Is this
What
all
is
being
this?
recorded right
What the fuck are you all doing?
Passing time.
Who cares?
Stops ordering the
Who
food
cares?
stuff.
Okay, so. It's the next morning then.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna like during the evening after we were done wrestling, if everybody kind of came around a table, drinks, I would have just asked Trothnar like, so we thought maybe we would go south, but
No, no, we cannot go south.
well, for a moment, I think that could work. Since it could be several days or perhaps weeks for us to go further north, we could make a pit stop in Delcross and then head north to to find the wardens.
How long do we spend fucking about in the complete wrong fucking direction? The more likely they're gonna not be where we fucking find them. Okay.
It's been
Dwarves are
100
stubborn and
years.
sit still for very long.
Exactly. Whatever information you got, it might be outdated now anyways.
Yes.
And besides, we're getting kicked out, and we're going to need more supplies.
Fine, I'll go fucking south.
We're wasting
far.
time. It's been 100 years.
Exactly. I don't have another 100 years to fucking wait.
Now that he's like in society again, he's like, come on, guys, come on, let's go. Yeah.
Should have done it 100 years ago if that's what you were worried about.
Exactly.
I had no idea they were even gone. Okay.
Fun.
To my knowledge, I literally cut myself off from all dwarf society for 100 years. I had no idea they were I thought they were going around killing people.
But dwarf lose.
Well, you didn't go check now, did ya?
No, because I had crippling survivor's guilt. Fuck you.
Your survivor's guilt.
Who are you, the fucking 10th Doctor?
No, actually, thank you. And by the way, he's the best Doctor. Don't fucking at me.
It's true. I 100% agree. He's my favorite.
I'm partial to 10th.
Oh, he's close, but my god, no one beats Eccleston for like depth
Uh,
of character and for.
Did I say
playing
9? I
mind.
meant 10. Because 10 is
Yeah.
definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eccleston is cool, but-
I like the Ninth Doctor.
Fuck yeah.
I wish that he had more time to be
I
himself.
know. I wish that he had so much more time. He was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
I loved
apparently
him.
Christopher Eccleston hated playing the Doctor. He absolutely
Yeah,
hated
and
it.
like nowadays he only really does it because he knows that there's fans that really enjoy him, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
actually care for Doctor Who, which is very sad.
I know. Because he's a really,
Oh,
he's
right,
like a
Gratian.
serious, like Shakespearean actor. Like he's ridiculously.
Yeah,
good
he
at
was like a
actor.
stage guy. He was very
Yeah,
much
exactly.
a stage
Yeah,
actor.
and he's like, he's in like he's like in conversation for like just like he's an amazing like classic British actor. Oh, Christopher Eccleston. And so I guess he kind of the clever thing from that standpoint of not being pigeonholed to just being the Doctor.
Yeah, he really doesn't like that. He would prefer to be able to like expand his horizons, and
Yeah.
it really annoys him whenever people are like, "Oh, you're just the Doctor." Oh,
Oh,
You're
yeah,
the
yeah,
Doctor.
Doctor. Yeah, it's like, oh, actually, I've done all this really cool shit. I wonder if he's also pissed off about playing the bad guy in Thor: The Dark World.
I don't think many people know that he was the bad guy in Thor: The Dark World, considering that was like probably one of the bottom tier Marvel movies to ever
Oh, yeah, it
be
fucking sucks.
made.
I don't think anyone remembers Thor: The Dark World. I mean,
I honestly like the movie. Like I don't mind it, but
But compared to Ragnarok,
oh yeah,
Compared to
like
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok is amazing.
Ragnarok is a masterpiece. Thank you.
Oh god, Endgame. Freaking new Master 69.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm betting you anything that new Master 69 is a scroll.
he's a Skrull, or it's just Loki. Like Loki is not dead.
I would love if it was just Loki fucking.
He's
Yeah,
just
that's-
trolling Thor.
Oh hey look!
Yep.
There's Thor.
Let me just close my
Hey.
door again. Give me a second.
Oh, what's the great? I did have the story of from what is it from Ragnarok when he goes like once when we were children. Loki turned himself into a frog, and
Okay,
he knew
so-
I love frogs, so I tried
Sorry
to
about that.
pick him up, and then he tried to. Oh, that's
Just
me.
came
And
home
then he-
earlier than I thought, and so they went ahead and ordered
hello.
food, and they need me to do the ordering for them. So, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that makes sense.
What did they order?
just some Chinese stuff, Chinese
Nice.
food.
Yeah.
So, what is it that you're all doing then?
We were just sort of like talking about what our plan was for the future, and it looks like we're probably going to go to Delcross in order to maybe find a job in order to supplement our income in the meantime, because we're being kicked out of Platinumhold, and then after that head north in order to track down the Wardens and deal with them.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Was there anything else? I don't think I missed anything. We've got short, black-haired Peach. We've got Dante jacket, tricorn hat, Delson. We've got
Admiral.
old man. We've got our old man, Grandpa Trothnar. We've got the devil
a
on
look of
all
like,
of our shoulders.
determination and like vengeance on his face.
Yes, we've got the devil on all our shoulders, all with a new pet dragonborn, or sorry, pseudo dragon.
That's
You heard me.
That's called a slave, Dalton.
And with her new pet pseudo dragon, we have our resident dirt child who is doing what he does, and as well as me and Floriana.
Stuff.
And Floriana. Pretty good as well.
Yes.
And Riot.
And we're gonna. And Raya's here too. She's been drunk this entire time. She went a little bit beyond Trothanar, and maybe has been drinking this whole time. But
Have any of you guys seen Father Ted?
Ooh, Father Ted?
No. Oh, god damn it! Stupid American.
Okay.
Never mind. It'll be
So-
lost on you.
Okay.
You guys all... So we'll say for the sake of it then that you all go ahead and prepare all the stuff that you needed to do. So is there any last minute things that you're doing before you're working to leave Platinumhold?
Give a massive goodbye hug to Irma and say, "I'll be back one day. I promise."
I hope it doesn't take over 100 years this time, Trophy.
If it does, I'll let you know. I'm gonna miss you, you know. Take care of yourself and the gravel pit. Hopefully, me and my friends at least held off the tax collectors for a while.
It was debt collector's Trophy, but yeah.
Okay. Look after yourself, okay?
You too.
Yeah. And then with like a tear in my eye, I just sort of turn and walk out with the rest of you guys.
I'm just going to try to take a few apples. Or just get a few apples to bring along.
Okay, it's about
And
three.
get to the
It's about 3
cart.
copper for several apples.
Okay. Yeah, after that, I'm going to go to the cart.
Yeah, as we're before we leave, I want to go and just see the state of my family, my parents, before we leave.
Yep.
Okay.
We need to get the cart, and will introduce people to Dio when they're up there.
I just want to. I don't want to actually interact with them. I just want to look and maybe watch as we're leaving and see if I can see the repercussions of what I've done and.
Can I come with him?
Yeah, I would.
Just
I would like
friendly
this would be
support.
something I would ask the rest of the group just as we're leaving, if you wouldn't mind. I'd like to peer in on my parents. Me and Fortune left something with them, and I'd like to see how it is going. Before we leave, of course.
All right. So you make your way back to the mining pit, which is being looked at, which is where your parents reside in.
Mm-hmm.
As you arrive there, you can see the building that they live in is empty.
Excellent. If it's empty, is there anybody around the house?
There's a few people that are around walking by.
Like people that look like maybe they're working on it or would have any.
Nobody appears to be
information?
looking like they work on it. You just see a bunch of miners.
I'll tell everybody to stay here and go to the house and knock on the door.
As you walk by, you can see a more elderly, like an elderly half-orc, much more grizzled, just walking by saying,
You're looking for him, you're too late.
And why is that?
He left about 3 days ago.
Do you have any idea where?
Nope.
All right.
Just said
Thank
that
you.
someone was being charitable, so they, went to go ahead and, try to find a better place to be for a bit.
Well, that's good. Thank you. No. Leave and then head back to the group and said, we can leave now.
Time for us to get the cart from place. The gnome and the big dude.
halfling. It was a halfling.
Oh, buff halfling.
It's like the opposite of a big dude.
Buffling.
Justice.
Okay. So, you guys make your way into the Landwalker's Hold. The 4 Hammer Keepers are following you the entire time.
Have they spoken?
No. or if they have, you haven't been paying attention to notice.
Okay.
What's up, you?
But eventually, you arrive back in the Line Workers Hold. You're able to get your cart and begin to pull it to the stables. You can see that Alison is there, currently bringing another horse in. I'll be with you in a minute. Just give me a second. Just takes the reins off the horse and lets it go. Right, you're the ones that have the 2 horses, I think it was, and the stag.
Yes, the elk stag.
How did we get an elk stag?
Delson summoned him from nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Right, well,
From
they're
his imagination.
well, they're doing very well. If you're here to check in on them.
We'll leave it, actually.
Pick
Oh.
them up.
Oh, all right. If you just give me a few minutes, I might need to just quickly round them up. She runs out. Being a centaur, you're able to keep up with a lot of the horses. It takes about 10 minutes, but eventually she comes back with Hanel and Brutus with like the reins around their neck. Dioran, she's just holding onto the antlers as he's got him in.
That seems kind of rude, but okay.
Well,
Hey, Leo. How's it going?
Hey, boss man, can you make her let go, please? Ow, ow.
Oh, yeah. Could you please, miss, please let go of the horns?
Okay, it's just you don't have any reins for him, so I don't really have much in the way of holding on to him.
Don't worry, I have full trust in him.
He's very well trained, don't worry.
Yep.
Right, well, here's
Just
your
watch
horses.
out if he's walking towards you.
And she lifts up the little bit that the horses walk through, and 2 of them walk out. Hanel walks up to you, Nemesis, just like kind of looks at you and says, "What happened to your hair?"
Don't ask.
All right. So you make your way out to where the cart is. How are you going to be just hooking up as normal, Hanel and Brutus, or?
And Rhea.
Ray just looks at you and is just gives a firm look of just no.
She's like, I do not haul any carts.
Basically.
I am not a pet mule, okay?
That is my mule. That is my Savannah / Rhea.
I don't know you.
I do not pull things. I hit them.
I'm for some reason I just think I'm just sort of like voiceover like a King of the Hill character.
Yeah, because you're British.
we don't.
You're like King of the Hill. It's basically Texas, right?
Technically, I am a Southerner in Britain.
Yeah, right. I would consider Tick. Actually, no, Tick's from Manchester. So
I'm a northerner. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Tick's a northerner. You're the Londoner. I forget.
I would be scared for my life if I called someone from around Manchester and not a Southerner.
Yeah, they'd be like, okay, you're gonna die. We're gonna
Okay, first most,
stab you
fuck you.
because guns
Second
are
most,
illegal.
knife.
I mean,
Yeah.
what if it was a Scot calling you a Southerner?
No, that's whew. I have a friend who's Canadian but has Scottish heritage, and if you called him a Southerner, he'd be upset.
But yeah, how are we hooking?
I don't know you.
I mean, do you want to hook up your stag?
I don't think the ring or the stuff is made for that.
They're about the
Like,
same
what
size.
if it?
You could probably do it, yeah. There's not really a large difference because you can expand that stuff pretty good.
Best brains. What? Bless them.
I guess I'll check in with him. Would you mind being hooked up fucking next one?
I mean, it's not really my thing, but if you want me to, I don't really mind.
He's so easy going. I love it.
Jesus Christ, you are the best.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm easy, you know.
adopted brother.
I'll say, well, Dia's okay with it.
Alright, then I'm gonna ride Hanel.
I'll hook up Dio. Wait, does this mean it's my turn to drive?
Yeah, it's your turn to drive.
Yep.
Big boy driving.
Whoa.
As we travel, I will send Akasha to just sort of circle around us and scout as we travel.
Okay. It's a little bit difficult
Is there
being that she's a
anything-
bat, but, you know.
Yeah, a lot of my travel time is just spent sitting cross-legged in the cart, my hands in my sleeves, meditating and seeing through senses to see what's going on. And
Alright, so which pass are you guys heading towards? The shorter
West.
eastern pass or the western pass, which is longer?
yeah, I think it's the western one, right? Yeah, like we're
Western
heading
one,
this-
but in case
I mean, no,
else-
other way around. Eastern pass is longer,
Right.
western pass is shorter.
West.
Western pass is
Yeah.
going to be 1 week's worth of travel, but for the sake of brevity, we'll be skipping that. In addition, because of the war, there is higher patrols on the western on the passes, so there is you run into the Hammerkeepers more often, so they deal with anything that arrives. So just for the sake of brevity, and to avoid several hours of slogging through,
Yay.
you do make your way through the pass. As you enter the pass, the dwarves, which have been staying nearby, the second you go past the little barricades which are there, they just watch you go, and as you enter the tunnel, you see the four of them turn around and walk back towards Platinumhold.
Was the foreman among them?
No.
You should ask.
Okay. Yep.
But so you spend about a week in the tunnels. If you guys want to do anything during that week, then let me know.
Can I just spend the entire time training Scamper?
Can I
Oh,
teach
Scamper.
whoever is willing to learn Elven?
So it's a little bit difficult for you to teach people to learn Elven because you're also driving the cart.
Yeah.
Just pointing out everything as we're passing by in the words.
Can I cancel that
Yeah.
out by helping him?
Yeah. I mean, Gracia can help me with the Elven.
I
Yeah.
only know the. I only know the Elvish words for rock and darkness.
Okay,
You don't
so
know.
I'll say the two of you begin showing people, but it takes a long time for anyone that's listening. Fortune, go ahead and make an animal handling check. Okay, and what is it that you're trying to train your pseudo dragon to do?
To go a little bit away and come back to me.
Alright. So you spend the week just basically training him to do that. You think you made some progress, although he seems to be more wanting to just sleep somewhere.
For being a big boy, I make him a little pile of gold so he can sleep on it.
Yeah. Alright. So, you make your way through the pass for the entire week. This pass is actually a lot more this has actually got paved areas, whereas the Eastern Pass was much more rugged and such. You get the feeling because this is a more traveled pass, they've taken more effort into making it as secure as they can, and as efficient as they can.
Why did we go through this one?
But eventually, you make your way through the pass, and you are no longer within the Dwarven Kingdoms anymore. You are back in the Kingdom of Jurhan. So, what is it that you wish to do?
To Delcross.
Okay.
We had two
Is there some sort of a small settlement in the entrance to the pass?
Yeah, so it's a small settlement
I feel
here as it were with as is with the Eastern Pass. It's not so much the settlement, more as it's a checkpoint supply area.
Okay.
It's
Well, I have
it's
no
essentially
money,
border
so I'm-
control. It's essentially the border control in a land border.
Okay. So I'm guessing they're expecting us and alright, go through now, fuck off.
So they inspect your car to make sure you're not smuggling anything, but beyond that, nothing.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm actually okay until Delcross, to be honest. What about the rest of you folk?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Unless anybody wants to like do anything on the road and find some plants or animals or anything like that, I would be fine. I just have the ability to do that, so I would offer it up.
Also, another thing that you notice as well is that there's not as many. You can see that there's a high concentration of guards around one of the buildings that's here.
Is it a barracks?
It doesn't appear to be a barracks. Like, there's a bunch of people standing guard. And
Who wants to go investigate and get arrested again?
Can someone hold the cart? I'll go try to see what's going on.
Alright, so the cart start. You hear Dio say, don't worry, boss man, I got this. And he just digs his hooves in. Brutus gets a bit startled by the sudden stop, but the cart is stopped.
But Dio reassures him because Dio's
Again.
cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Again, thank you, man.
No problem, boss
He's
man.
so cool.
Yeah, you have to pay respects to him.
Okay, so you leap off the cart and begin walking towards this building. As you get close, one of the dwarfs just like holds his hand. Don't come any closer, sir.
What's going on here?
It's not of your concern. Move along, please.
Can I at least see what kind of? Can I at least see like a sign for the building?
It appears to just there is no markings on the building.
It doesn't look like they're like investigating something, or
No, they are
just simply guarding?
they are just guarding it for some reason.
Anything unusual about it? Anything I could pick up? Anything about the stonework that is particularly fun to look at?
It is not made of stone, it is made of wood.
Oh, so I don't give a shit. Got it.
All you can see is that it's one of the larger of the buildings, and there's a lot of guards that are looking around nervously at the moment.
How old is the building?
It is relatively new. Looks as if it was built within maybe a few decades, which by building standards is quite young.
Yeah. Dwarf buildings, yeah.
You guys just seemed a little spooked. That was all.
Look, it's something that's arrived, and we're not taking chances. That's all you need to know. Please go about your business.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Look.
step back to the cart.
Yeah, I tell someone. We just got kicked out of one city. We probably shouldn't make any trouble for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm going back to the cart.
All right, so
We're just gonna move on.
you get in the cart and you continue on your journey. You travel for about a further 4 hours before night begins to arrive. Now, because you're now in the wilderness, I need to know who is going to be taking the watches.
I'll take first.
I'll take the second.
Yay!
I'll take second too.
Who's taking third?
Me and Dilson.
Wait, the third watch too now.
There's a third watch because you all need to get 8 hours of sleep, and if you
Yeah, there's the more people we have, the more like, rest we need to
okay.
get.
because obviously because people that need the first watch will need to spend an additional 4 hours resting to match up with everybody.
Yeah, I guess I'll take third watch.
Yeah, like long rests in the wilderness are 12 hours because of people keeping watch. Unless you decide to forgo keeping watch, in which case it'd be 8 hours. But you know, then you're forgoing taking watch.
Before we start sleeping, I will call. I will set up a alarm spell around the camp.
Mm-hmm.
I do the same thing. You know, everybody kind of see go around. I just drag my staff like through the earth while mumbling, and it takes like 10 minutes. And you just sort of like, I'm moving very slowly and just.
Yep. So eventually you finish the alarm spell. So, those that are taking first watch. Did you actually decide who's taking third watch?
Yeah, I think it's Trothmar for first, then me and Delson for second, and then Gratian for...
Okay. So, Travnar, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, sure. That was an in-character yawn, by the way.
It's a good indicator.
It sounded in character.
Seven.
Ugh.
Okay.
Well,
So,
No wonder you're so sleepy.
you begin your watch and just kind of look up at the sky. It's been a long time since you've... Even though it's only been 2 weeks, it feels longer since you've been out in the wild again. And even though you left Platinumhold on a bad note, it feels nice to be back in the wilderness. You kind of zone out. But nothing happens during your shift.
Did I
Valif.
fall asleep?
And no, you stayed awake. Valif and who was the other one? Delson?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check, either separately or with advantage.
I crit.
You crit with a negative 2.
With a -2, I crit.
Okay.
So since skills can't crit, it's just an 18.
Yep. Can't crit on skill checks. So,
Yay.
you, two of you, go ahead and keep watch. Nothing seems to happen.
And I'll as we are in our downtime, or our guarding here. I'm sorry if anything I have done recently has put any stress on you, Dilson.
It's fine.
I know that I don't think ahead sometimes. I simply am searching for answers, but I hope that it doesn't upset you or the rest of the group.
As long as you guys aren't actively trying to murder for, like, no reason, it's
No, of course
fine.
not.
You guys,
I simply
just how
look
you
for
guys
truth.
are.
I may look like a hobo, but not a murder hobo.
No. I just wish to apologize. Tell you that I'm sorry if this is inconvenienced. I hope to become closer with you and the rest of this family that you've grown.
I know. I hope that you come closer to that, and nothing that happens.
Thank you.
Right. So you finish your watch, and the final one begins. Gratian, go ahead and make a perception check.
Alright. Please be good, please be good.
Oh,
Ooh.
Suddenly, the ground starts to shake.
Okay, so you begin your watch, but you tend to have a hard time waking up initially. And as you begin your watch, you slowly slump over and fall asleep.
freaking Gratian.
Valif,
Oh god.
we are going into the secret channel. Hello.
I was gonna ask about this. I was gonna ask for a dream, and then you did it.
I already
makes
had
me
this
happy.
planned, so...
GG.
As sleep takes you, you find yourself standing in a narrow hallway. A large wooden door stands before you. As you look behind you, you can see this hallway just vanishes into darkness, far beyond even your dark vision. As you look back to the door, you can see light is coming from the gaps where the door meets the door frame. What do you do?
I open the door
Right. So
slowly and intentionally.
you open the door, and you can see the room is filled with just light. You walk in, and the light fades a bit to something more bearable for your own eyes. It's a large ballroom. A lush red carpet covers the floor. The walls are adorned with beautiful paintings, ones of battle or valiance or beauty. For example, one of the ones that you see is of a silver-scaled dragon flying atop snow-topped mountains, another a young maiden sitting next to a fountain. And as you look ahead of you, you see a large window covering the entirety of the wall. Below it, a large roaring fireplace, and before it, you can see 2 plush red chairs, one of which is occupied.
I just sort of slowly walk through the chamber with observing the paintings before sitting in the red chair.
All right. So, looking at the window, you can see as I get closer, it actually sort of shifts. And from what just seemed like empty blackness now changed. You can see yourself you can see a field in the distance. Bright, starry sky. Stars somewhat brighter than what you remember. Dominating the right, you can see a plateau, of which upon it stands a large statue. To the left, you can see the largest of Karmora's moons, dominating the skyline, though bigger, brighter, and closer. And in the chair sitting next to you is your patron, just watching, holding a glass of wine in his hands.
And I will just walk up and ask, may I have a seat?
Certainly.
I sit. Why have you brought me here, Room? I have been searching for your guidance for some time and have not heard from it. Why now?
Oh, you know, being out of that stuffy old city, I'm wondering where your journey takes you.
I hope to free those from subjugation and elicit people into freedom, and I wish to do good on this plane, in this realm. Is that what you wish of me? I sort of look to him quizzically.
Freedom.
What do you want of me, Room? I've had this question rattling in my mind for some time.
You see the entire time he just has a large smile across his face. Freedom from subjugation. Yes, I suppose that's the word I would use as well. Your goal is quite noble, Valif. One which I can certainly respect. I may add, just wish that you extend that freedom from subjugation to those of higher standards, shall we say. Higher, not in the sense of nobility, in the sense of somebody locked away from the entertainment they once had.
Would you wish me to spread the word of you?
Oh, no. No, I don't need anything like that, no. I don't find enjoyment of people speaking my names, though I do appreciate it.
No, there was a time where I could walk among the dreams of anyone in this realm. But a acquaintance didn't quite like that, and has sought to curtail that. In effect, he has subjugated me from what I wish to do, which is why your words is a goal I wouldn't mind you bringing to me. But you will need something to defend yourself. He places the glass down. I've got something for you. He reaches into his sleeve and pulls out a pitch black handkerchief. He just flicks it a few times, and every time he flicks it, it gets longer and longer until he just runs his hands through it, and you see it solidify. And he begins to mess about with it a bit more, and it looks more blade-like. Until eventually he finishes here. Just hands you this nearly pure black onyx blade.
It says black knife. Just like a dagger size thing?
No, it is sword. It is long sword size.
And what would you ask me to do with this? And as I sort of trace it through the air in whatever sort of fashion I may know.
Yeah. And the thing you know is that when you bring your eyes close to it, the onyx appears to clear slightly, and it's almost as if you're looking into a starry sky with it. How to put this?
I am your tool in this plane room. You know this.
And I appreciate it. However, I think it's best to show you yourself why I must choose my words carefully. You see, the reason for my subjugation is, and he pauses for a second, you watch as his neck go taut, as he just starts grabbing hold of his neck, and you hear him start to just choke. For a few minutes.
I definitely look sort of what is going on?
After a few minutes, he just starts
A little gift from my former acquaintance. Didn't share my taste and didn't like me speaking of it. I suppose the easiest way is to follow your dreams and remember the odd ones.
He looks towards the window again. They might mean something.
The old ones, you say?
No, your odd dreams. Remember them.
My odd dreams.
Well, this is a rather odd dream, is it not? Remember it.
Yes.
There might be something in particular for it. And with that, you blink, and you're back in the hallway. No door, just darkness either side. As you blink again...
And I have the blade?
Yeah, you have the blade. Yeah, it's just...
I just sort of just flourish it in my hand before putting it away.
Yep.
Whatever that means.
So, you gingerly, try and place it in your sleeve, and as it does, it goes all the way through until eventually your hand meets your elbow, but the blade doesn't pierce through anything. It just vanishes. And I will just give you the sheet for it.
Ooh.
There you go. Alright, and as you wake, so back to the rest of them.
The waker. Okay.
Back to the rest of them.
Oh, I know. Oh,
Hello.
are we all dead?
Yeah.
Yep. You
Hello,
are
everybody.
all alive. As you wake once more to a still cold but bright winter's day.
Do we see what's his face, Gratian, just passed out asleep?
Yes, you guys woke up and you could see Gratian asleep.
Is there anything else?
What do you mean, anything else?
I want to see if there's any, if anything happened.
Nothing appears to be amiss.
I'm gonna go over. And I'm going to kick Gratian away.
Yeah.
Hey, get up.
Mom's up.
This ain't your mom. This is your dad. Get up already, child.
Fine.
Grayson, get up before I make you get up.
Fine. I'm getting up.
Fucking dude, we have fucking one rule when we're out in this when we're out in the sticks. Do not fucking fall asleep in your when it's your watch, okay? You volunteered, you take the risk.
Yeah, I've had some pretty hard times staying up late when, I was dead for a bit.
Fair. That's actually very fair.
They say you
Well,
can
they
sleep
do
when you're dead, but they're wrong.
Hey, what is the other side actually like?
What is the other side like?
It's difficult.
Here's some roleplay.
It is difficult for you to really describe it, as time and just the overall concept of being is completely different there. You remember going through a bright light, like a bright barrier, but you don't remember anything else, because very shortly afterwards you felt yourself being pulled through this barrier once more.
What? Fair enough.
So Trock, you know when you're like super drunk?
That's already?
What?
That's fast.
So Trock, you know when like you're just almost drunk?
Ian, the world's all
Not that, guys.
fuzzy, and it's just shapes and lights and shit, aye?
Imagine that, but only for your body, and your mind is still a little sober.
Right.
But your body's just knocked out all the way.
Ah. Interesting. Anyway. Just curious, really. I mean, it's not really a place to know, you know? Alright, I mean, sorry for being hard on you kids. I've got a lot on my mind now, you know?
I got
I get
food.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Yay.
What?
Food.
Let us see food.
It is.
I saw showed food.
It is doner kebab.
Yeah, boy.
Anyways,
Enjoy your cat's meat, sir.
going to.
So I have a
because-
question, Tick.
Yes.
How visible is this thing I've just gotten? So I've just woken up. Is it just in my lap?
No, you can't see it.
I can't see it. What do you
Like
mean?
it's not on your person, from what you can tell.
He got a plate of waffles.
All I'll say,
I
say is
search
the way
myself and I attempt to maybe like conjure it, but
So you basically try to reverse what you did previously, and as you begin, you feel the object basically appear.
in my hands. So there's this.
It's like you reach up into your sleeve, and as you begin to pull, you begin to feel it sort of like coalescing and becoming whole. But it isn't,
Yeah, so I like
isn't
pull it
fully...
partially out of my sleeve and I see that it exists and
Yes.
put it back in my sleeve.
Yeah, and it vanishes.
He has invisible waffles.
I just recognize that and then maybe go back to bed.
Well, at this point, you guys would.
Well, it's like morning time, I guess. Yeah.